Speaking of
coached
getting one
by a
in,
siren.
welcome back, everybody.
Hey!
Got it.
Session
Hell
69.
Woo, woo!
Yeah.
Last we left our heroes, we were in Elgrogh. We had emerged from the cave in the basement of the Thunderglash Tavern. You guys emerged, and despite a bit of a frosty reception, were able to win over the orcs in this area by Yuki beating the shit out of one of them. Which
Very good plan.
Violence is the answer.
it was a
It
good
was.
plan.
Right?
We met the bartender's nephew. His name is Grumash. You guys had decided that perhaps staying in the tavern may not be the safest place because while you've kind of gotten the respect of Harald, the owner of the Thunderclash Tavern and kind of de facto chief guy here in Elgrogh, he is kind of not able to take down the bounty notices. But he can heavily insinuate that it might not be worth it to chase after this one. Despite that, there might still be some people around who might still try their luck, so you were looking for a safer place to rest for a while. So Grumash, who is Harald's nephew, took you to his small, humble, but comfortable little house where you guys were able to rest up a bit while Grumash had to go back to work. And you guys were kind of resting and figuring out what your next steps were. And I believe there was some talk of some kind of show of force to kind of show this town that Mr. Mechanicus ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah.
I said that in the most white way possible.
Yeah, you did.
You really
Look,
did.
you played your demographic. It's okay.
So
Let yourself feel this. It's fine.
with that, I will drag you all back to our lovely picturesque landing page for Elgrogh. And
Woo!
I will let you take it over from there. I believe you guys were coming off of, I think you guys took a short rest, if I remember correctly. And,
Yeah, we were just taking a short rest here.
And there was some talk about potentially going to a little square that you guys passed by as you were going through the town to perhaps hold this display of dominance. So bring you back to Elgrogh, and I'll let you get back to your plotting. What is next for the Mystic Mechanicus?
So, do we all just go up together and stand in a line on the stairs? Or should Arby carry you on his shoulders, Nariko? And then the professor can, I don't know, explode or something? Not in like a bad way.
I think so Yuki and Gurumash, when we all wake up, we'll have I don't know if you guys read the thing, but they had already gone outside and
We only
done.
took a short rest and Grumash went back to work.
Did he go back to work?
Yeah, you went back to work.
Oh,
He
never mind.
basically dropped us off and went back to work.
Oh, unfair.
It's okay. We
I
have
vote that
all
didn't happen because I like Yuki Singh.
Thank you, Neville.
He took a break and came back and did some training, sure.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Yuki will kind of come out of the kitchen and mention that we had been talking about making someone giant to make them scary, and she does have 2 potions of make people big. So she will offer those if we want to do that sort of show of force.
Narco also has a potion of healing, or not potion of healing, potion of growth. She was going to give that to Arby to make Arby big so that she could make her pronouncement from atop her giant mech, getting ever so closer to becoming a Gundam protagonist.
When you put it like that, how can you resist?
Chicks dig giant robots. There's a whole song about it.
I believe this. So we make
Oh, that
Arby and we make Professor big? Or just Arby?
Why do we not just try one at first? However, if it becomes necessary, we can utilize additional resources.
Oh, um, what if we make Arby big for our trip down the street and to set up, and then when we say our all else part, then then the professor can get big and then do his thing.
If it serves you. I just would be careful of trying to encourage them to violence. They don't seem to need much encouragement.
Well, I think that's the point, though, is to make it so that we're so scary they don't want to fight us.
That actual outcome seems unlikely.
Well, we have to try.
We certainly can.
You never know, Ren. I mean, it might be good.
I find I frequently know almost exactly what's going on. I'm rarely surprised, to be truthful.
Right. Anyway, Professor, does that sound good to you? You're the one who has to do all the heavy lifting. Besides Noriko, who has to do all the talking.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Did you want me to do anything?
Well, to be completely honest, I wasn't planning, or I hadn't considered that we'd be doing this right now, this afternoon, so not really much else that we can do other than do it, I guess.
But I guess this is the most time when people are out.
I mean, every day has an afternoon.
Did you want to take more time?
He kind of just waves his hands off, like, no, this is fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
If you're worried.
I'm not worried. If we had more time, then we'd have time to train you up on more things, get some time to clear some things up, talk to the locals, see what to expect, if this is something that we should be gearing up for at all. Is this something that we are going to expect fighting at all? I mean, we challenged people, yes, we had with fighting inside, but...
Well, actually, we didn't challenge anyone to fighting. Herolg said we had to fight if we wanted any respect.
There's always a choice. But,
right, but the choice was to not have the play fight and then not be able to stay.
We're not really staying there, are we?
We're staying in town. If we hadn't talked to them the way they like being talked to, then he wouldn't have listened to us, and he'd still put up the posters, and he wouldn't tell people that it's not worth coming after us.
But we don't really know that, do we? And I mean, can we assume that everybody in this town is going to be of the exact same mindset? It's awfully presumptuous, isn't it? I'm not arguing against this. I'm just saying that we're taking a big leap based on the discussion we had with one person.
The one person who leads the town, though. And I mean,
he leads the bar.
No, he leads the town. He's the strongest person in town. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
But we also heard people talking while we were walking that they recognized us from the posters.
It's true. All I'm saying is that we have a plan. I'm sure it's as good as any plan that we could have, but it's a plan based on the discussion with one person, based on what they said about themselves.
Well, and what do you propose to do?
I'm not proposing anything. I'm just saying this is...
But
I'm just simply airing out my observances. Again, we're walking into a place, not talking to people, and challenging them. Hoping for the best, but expecting violence.
well, then what do you want to do, Professor? Do you want to just go out and talk to people?
That's the best way to learn a thing. And I could be absolutely wrong. Every single person here could absolutely mean to try and maim us or think nothing of us until we brutally bash their faces in.
Well, the whole point of the being scary thing was to make it so that they don't want to fight with us and they would rather just be friends.
Yes.
Because Harold said that you have to be the strongest person here in order to make a difference. And if we're so scary they don't want to fight, then we don't have to fight anybody and we can talk to them. But if you don't want to do the fight, do the scary thing, then we can do another different thing if you have an idea. But you were the one who suggested being the scary thing first.
Given the circumstances, based on the information that we know, yes, being a scary thing is probably the best course of action, but it's still based on the assumption that everyone thinks the way that that one man says they think.
Then what do you want to do?
We need to talk to people. Part of being better is doing better.
What if we go out there to talk to everyone in a nice way, and then we get attacked because we were trying to talk in a nice way and they don't respect that?
Then we'd know, wouldn't we?
But then we won't be able to do our scary thing.
Oh, we can absolutely be scary if we're being attacked.
But we won't have the crowd around to tell everyone else.
He shrugs and he just says, sometimes the right thing is the hard thing.
I don't know what to do because I do not want to fight anyone. And the leader of the town said that the best way to get people to respect here was to be by fighting, and we decided we didn't want to fight. We wanted to just make a show of being scary so that people would not fight us but still respect us and we could still talk to people. If you don't want to be scary and just do the talking bit, that's fine. Is that what everyone else wants to do?
I just under the assumption that we would do that after we better understood the entire lay of the location and the people around here.
I thought we were going to do it first because then we run the risk of people coming after us because they know where we are.
We still have to draw them into a crowd, and we're standing out there in a crowd. If they're going to attack us on sight, they're not going to give us the chance to monologue at them. We certainly don't.
Well, I mean, no one's attacked us on sight. We walked all the way down here. No one's been attacking us.
So doesn't that say that perhaps they're not going to attack us simply because we have a conversation or say hello or get an idea of what the general public thinks or how they act, and if they all act in accordance with the way that one man said? Or is that just the culture here, or is there a bigger culture? Is there more to the culture than just violence and respect through violence?
Okay, then what do we do, Professor?
We talk to some people.
Well, wouldn't we have to talk to every person?
Yeah, you can get a sample size. You don't have to test every single subject to get an average. And we have at least one person here capable of changing their face to look exactly like someone else.
And we have one person here who everyone's always after.
Yes, that's true. But
How do we get them to stop doing that?
We
We're
have to kill
only-
Rufus. That's what Grumash said. Or Hrolg said. Without Rufus being dead, they won't take down the bounties. And he's the only one that they'll stop doing it for.
Or if Rufus just takes down the bounty or puts out word that he's not going to pay. So what's the direct line? What's the most direct line to Rufus? I think that's what we got to figure out.
We don't know where Rufus went.
Somebody's got to know something.
They have those teleportation beads, so he could have gone in and out of anywhere. We can ask Hrolg.
That's a good place to start.
So we're not going to do the scary thing. We're just going to go back to the tavern.
we can pin the scary thing. We could do the scary thing but having an idea of what's going on and at least covering off some of the low-hanging fruit before going directly to essentially challenging every person in this town. If there's a better way, if there's another way, I think we should take it. But if we do have to go the route of intimidation, I think that was a good plan to do it.
Okay.
But these are just my ideas, my thoughts. I'm only one person, and this is a group. And Reverie does have a point. We could avoid the entire thing if we can figure out where Rufus is, or at least find a direction. If we could go after Rufus, we can go immediately if we have a direction or any inclination of where he is.
I thought we wanted to make these people our friends and allies.
As a means to an end, yes?
I just thought we wanted to just be friends. Noriko said that they were... I mean, Hrolg said that they're trapped here, kind of. They can't really go anywhere. And Noriko's inviting Hrolg to her wedding. And they could be, allies with Tremonto so that Donamar doesn't keep pushing them out. Wouldn't it be better if we were friends? So that, they knew that there were friendly people out there?
Professor just kind of rubs the side of his head and he's like, yes, of course. Sorry. I've been distracted as of late.
I just thought the way that they made friends was by being scary to each other. And then, like the two men who were fighting inside.
They might.
And if anyone knows about Rufus here, then they're probably not going to tell us unless we're friends. However, we want to make friends. Is Grimmash still here from his coming back from break after 20 minutes to hang out with Yuki?
No. No, he went back.
Okay. Then since Grimmash isn't there, she's just gonna look at Yuki and just, Yuki, you're better at people and knowing what the best thing for balance is between everything. What do you think we should do?
Yuki's gonna look around, and she's been listening to all the different opinions and talking points, and much as well. I think we can always be scary. I think there is something to be said for taking a diplomatic approach. It is possible if we attempt to gain information by engaging in conversation as opposed to intimidation, it might lead to information about where Rufus is, or even someone we might be able to ask and they might know more. But if we come out of the gate as scary, we'll only be seen as scary. I think balance would tell us that there is a time to be scary and there's a time to be communicative. And maybe we try that first and then be scary.
Okay. I mean, usually I want to talk first before anything. It just seems like these people talk with the fighting first, and then the talking.
Of that I am aware.
Right. So if we don't do the one bit first, I'm just worried that we're going to go out to talk to people. No one's going to want to talk to us. And then they know where we stay. And then anyone who did actually want to hurt us is just going to hurt us later. But if you think this way is the best way, then this is what we'll do. What do you think, Noriko?
I think our original plan is still the soundest. The people here are not likely to be very communicative with us if they don't respect us. And here, respect is earned through strength. How you can project that could be many ways. I think coming out of the gate with us, announcing our arrival, our intent, and in a scene where anyone who is inclined to try and collect that bounty is more or less pushed to do so because here is the big crowd, here is the glory they could earn by doing so. We take care of that immediately, and then we don't just have our word, we have our deed to back up our claim that we are here, we belong here, and we should be shown respect for it. After that, we can be kind and friendly and make inroads however we wish. If we don't do that, then every time we go out walking around, we're going to have a harder time to talk to people, and we're setting ourselves up to allow those who would want to claim that bounty to take their shot on their terms rather than ours. I don't particularly like that. I say this is their culture. You meet them on their terms.
What do you think, Ren?
I think you have taken us all the way around the circle in more ways than one.
I don't know what that means.
You've taken us from one side of the argument to the other. I'm not too particular about how we go about individuals. If the professor would like to practice his anthropological studies, he's more than welcome to do that. But I'm inclined to agree with Nariko that if we do not approach them on their terms, they will crush us on their own, and they will not give us the benefit for it.
Okay, so I think that means that you agree with Noriko.
Well enough, yes. But
Okay.
if you wish to try a different path, I'm amenable to it.
What about you, Reverie? I know you said you wanted to find Rufus, but what do you think the best way to do that is? Do we just go out talk to people like Professor wants to do, or do we make a show like Noriko said?
Well,
That might be right.
Narco. Sorry, I
Hear you.
literally about to unmute and I started choking on my food.
No.
Um, I think Narco did have a good point about the culture here. If strength prevails, then that's what we should use. However, she also said there are different ways to display it. We can just march into the middle of town and announce ourselves like she said.
Right.
Maybe people will fight us and maybe they won't.
Right. That was. Yeah.
I mean, if we can talk, I think I'd probably prefer talking, but I don't know if that's going to work here.
Can anyone do disguises?
I cannot.
Every and
Well, Professor, if we want to at least try to talk to people first, if anyone could be disguised and go outside and talk to people a little bit, like undercover, and then tell us what they find, that might be really helpful. But most of us are pretty recognizable, and that those little kids on the street, Professor, really noticed your red hair, and I don't think you can go outside if we're trying to be sneaky about it, or just not really announce what we're trying to do.
Reverie could become an orc. Look
But then
just.
Reverie's alone, and Reverie's the person that always seemed to know what she looks like, and they're always after her.
She doesn't need to be alone. There's lots of places where we could hide, keep an eye on her.
I would not be able to disguise myself, but maybe by now word has gotten around about the fight in the tavern. Maybe a bit of infamy or notoriety. I might be able to walk unbothered. Possibly.
So you and
I
Reverie
will
go out?
say, before we make any decisions here, that my familiarity with orc culture is nearly non-existent, and my proposal and my opposing this in any capacity is based entirely on I personally, if it was just me, wouldn't want to make an assumption on an entire culture based on the words of one man in a bar. But it feels very much like perhaps people here who do understand orc culture a little bit more, perhaps he's right. And if that's the case, then I'm all for it.
It's not really just his word on the bar. Remember we talked to Eris? She said the same thing. She said half-orcs don't do well here, which is why I was very worried about Grumash, and everybody doesn't want to come on the ship with us.
We have seen a proof of concept. A challenge was issued in the bar, Yuki accepted, prevailed, and from that point on, none of the patrons were willing to entertain the idea of challenging us. So we do have more than just one man's word.
Maybe maybe it's not a bad idea if we just wait maybe a little bit longer to go out. If Yuki can go out with Reverie disguised, Reverie, if you're willing to do that, then you can maybe do a walkabout and then talk to people and see what they say, and then come back and tell us, and we'll stay here. That way, you're the person who fought someone, Yuki, and then Reverie, you're just a big guy.
A stranger in a small, isolated town that doesn't seem to get many visitors. I have concerns about this plan.
Reverie,
What
do you
don't you
don't-
have
speak?
concerns with, friend?
What?
I was asking if Reverie speaks Orcish.
No. And I also don't have any clothes that will fit. I can change me. I can't change my clothes within limited capacity.
Well, maybe Grumash might be able to loan us some clothes.
Maybe Yuki and Arby can go out.
Arby is not exactly going to fulfill the requirement of being nondescript.
No, but he's also not a person, and I don't think he was on the wanted posters. So they might not be interested in him. And Yuki won the fight.
Right, but anyone who's interested in the bounty isn't likely to be put off by Yuki beating up a guy in a bar.
At this point, you
Well,
kind of hear David kind of pipes up next to you, Jade. And he says, Miss Jade, if I could tune in for a second."
oh, sure, hang on. I'd take David out of his bag. Of course, David. You're always welcome.
In my opinion, in observing this culture, I think Miss Yuki was onto something. In that she was challenged that man in the bar. She fought and she won, and she was able to gain the respect of everyone inside that bar. Although it might have been a little bit apprehensive. Uh, and while it might be a great plan for Miss Reverie to show up as an orc, she does make a good point in that she doesn't have the clothing to go along with it. So unless you're willing to let her, walk about, naked, it's probably not a great idea. But in my observation of these kind of foreign cultures like this, it usually is best to speak in the tongue that they understand.
So you think we should go with the declaration option?
Making a strong statement, I think, could go a long way. Just don't go about hurting anyone. At least not unless you have to.
No, of course not. The whole point is not hurt anybody. I'm sorry, I shouted. I kissed David's head. I'm not shouting at you. I'm just frustrated.
If you ask me, I think you should all go out together.
Should Yuki take the lead when we go out together?
You see, David's eye lights kind of flicker and look over at Yuki and then look back up at you and says, "Might not be a bad idea."
Would you be up to that, Yuki? If we do this,
Of course.
to take the lead?
Of course I would. That would be if it gives us the best chance of keeping everybody as safe as possible, then of course.
There is always safety in numbers, after all.
Yeah, you're right, David. We shouldn't have anyone go alone. Okay. I'm just gonna hold. I'm not gonna put David back in his bag. I'm just gonna hold him. And look at everybody else. Speed's really smart.
Yes.
Should we just take a vote now on whether or not to do the announcement plan?
Yeah.
I vote for the plan of announcing ourselves in the square and making an impression, so we can sort of get any unpleasantness out of the way and hopefully gain some respect from the locals. So I am yay for this plan. Professor?
I support this plan as well.
Professor kind of makes a bit of a face. Like, I was never against the plan. I was just more of finding more information first. But if it's going to be one or the other, then I'm going to say I'm against it.
Yuki?
Well, unfortunately, I think making a scene and speaking in a language they understand, as she looks at David, that's maybe the way to start a conversation. To the point of the bar, we did definitely get more information once the message was sent out that we were tough and scary.
So how do you vote?
I am for the plan.
Gregory?
Might as well try talking to everybody all at once. Let's go announce ourselves, and if things go bad, I'll do what I can to get everybody out safely.
Of course. Jade?
I'm for the plan.
Okay. As much as we would like to just take the time and do more covert information, we're a bit lacking in resources to do that at the moment, and would probably put ourselves in greater risk the longer we held off from sort of pulling the pin. So.
Right.
All right. So, Professor, I respect your dissenting opinion, and I appreciate you trying to find other avenues for us to explore for it.
If it does become a thing... Sorry, go ahead, Professor.
Oh, he just shrugs and nods. Sure. Of course.
If it does become a thing where we're all in danger, we have that gate stone that goes somewhere.
I would be much more likely to use the gate stone that goes to where we know the area underneath the caves, as opposed to the unknown one, if we're in danger.
I'm just saying, we have options.
All right. So then, everyone have an idea of when we get to our position, how to make yourself seem impressive, and
Yes, looks scary.
well then, are we ready to go?
Indeed.
Yuki will nod and she'll cinch up her bag, not to lose anything, and she'll start to head towards the door to lead out as she plans to.
All right.
So make Obby big now.
Perhaps once we get out of the house.
Once
Oh.
once we're out into the street, Narco will be using a potion to make RB big and strong.
Big RB.
Bigger RB.
All right.
Once everybody seems ready, Yuki will open the door and step out of the house.
All right. So everybody's filing out of Grimash's house, heading towards the square. Then.
Yep.
All right. So you make your way out of the house. As you step out, pop the potion of growth, give RB a little bit of boost to his size, with Yuki and RB kind of leading the way up the alleyway towards the main square. This kind of alley that Grimash's house is in, like I said before, is a little bit out of the way, so there's not a lot of foot traffic here. But as you get closer and closer to the square, closer towards where the Thunderclash Tavern was, the foot traffic does kind of pick up quite a bit. There are people of all sorts kind of roaming about, milling about, doing their daily business, and you kind of see, as you pass by, they start to kind of like give you a bit of a berth, give you some room to move forward, but you can kind of hear the murmurs, the hushed talking, kind of. Yeah, you hear. I think that's the tabaxi that laid out Gorak. What are they doing out here? Oh my, how do they? And kind of like you're just this kind of gossiping, but eyes following as you walk along. But they just kind of watch you as you move, and sooner rather than later, you get to the square. I'll bring you to the map. We're just
Dun dun dun.
kind of have you
Hey.
plunked in the center, so you guys can go ahead and kind of place yourselves wherever you like. This town square, there are a number of buildings that are around, and people that are just kind of milling about and just kind of doing their own thing. But you can tell that eyes are on you as you make your way out. There's a bit of a hush as you kind of make yourself around, make your way out. What do you guys do as you get to this area?
Uh, can we have Dave play the theme song?
Yep, Dave is playing the theme song.
Dave.
You know it's serious when they got a theme song.
Absolutely.
Uh, I think as RB makes his way down, he'll sort of be tapping a beat on his big shield, sort of like a drum beat, to kind of announce our presence as we sort of file into the square. Are they kind of like crowd is gathered, all eyes are on the party now?
Yeah. The foot traffic kind of comes to a bit of a stop as everyone kind of stops where they are and they turn and they watch Arby kind of banging out this tune.
Narco's standing up on Arby's shoulders, trying to make herself look tall and proud. The giant robot is helping a lot with that because normally she is a small, petite teenage girl. But she is going to muster all the breath in her lungs so she can project her voice real loud as she says, "Greetings to the fierce people of Elgrogh. We are the Mystic Mechanicus. We have come to your town to enjoy everything you have to offer. We are problem solvers, we are adventurers, and we are the most dangerous people you're ever likely to meet. It's a pleasure to meet you." Any response from the crowd?
It's a bit of a murmur as people kind of turn to each other and they kind of start kind of given, they kind of start talking amongst themselves. They're looking over you. You kind of see some kind of confused, concerned looks um, as you make this proclamation. Um, I'm going to go around and I'm going to see what everyone else is also doing in this moment as well. Um, I'm going to start with Ren. What are you doing in this moment as Narco's making this proclamation?
I mean, Ren's just being Ren. He's a black centaur with a horse equine style skull head and large black antlers, and his eyes are two balls of fire, and he's just staring out at the crowd. Do I need to do anything else?
Being a looming presence is pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, Yuki, you're also up front. What are you doing in this moment?
I think when Nargo kind of an RB kind of set up in the middle of the square to kind of make their proclamation, I think Yuki would have kind of rolled up the sleeves, kind of placed her feet in a stance of you feeling froggy, let's jump. Not menacing, but kind of you don't want to fuck with this one. And just kind of surveying the crowd, just looking at everybody as she stands there and listens.
So far, posing, posturing.
Yeah. Scary!
Jade?
Cool. Jade is not an intimidating person to herself, and she doesn't know. She doesn't want to fight anyone, and she wants to make sure that this goes off really well, so that everyone just can be friends like they were in the bar, without them having to fight. So she doesn't know what to say, but instead, what she'll do is, as she's standing there, and as Ren is looming, and Yuki is being a badass, and Narako is announcing to the town that we're the most dangerous people that you will ever get the pleasure of meeting. Um, she's a brilliant burning like radiance like erupts from Jade's feet and looks like flickers of white flame that just kind of engulf her for a moment. Um, this is Word of Radiance. A burning radiance erupts from you, and each creature of my choice that you can see must succeed in a Constitution saving throw. I don't want it to hit anyone. I just want it to happen so that the look of it is there. Um, so that happens as like a pulse of light that flickers and fades around her.
Okay. Jade throwing a little bit of magical effect into this. Uh, Reverie, if Ben, if you're able to talk, is there anything that Reverie wants to be doing in this moment?
I don't think Reverie is adding to the like badassness. She's like actively looking around, trying to figure out who might be going after the bounty and who like might just see us as a challenge. Um, yeah,
Why don't you give me an insight or a perception check? Either one.
that's a 22 on insight.
Woo! So as you're kind of looking around, scanning the crowd, as these declarations are being made, you can kind of see that even though the crowd is starting to kind of close in on you guys, just so that they can, it's more so that they can like hear you better, not so that they can try to like, like try to gank you from like a hidden position or anything like that. So as of right now, it doesn't seem like anyone is particularly interested in going after the bounty. You kind of see some people that are maybe kind of like weighing their decisions. But it sounds like for the most part, they're just kind of eh, they've kind of been drawn in, listening to what you have to say.
Okay.
Uh, Professor, how about you?
No one has made any sort of move or demonstration of aggression yet. So far, we've come here and just announced that we are here, not that we are here, don't fuck with us or anything like that. So at this point, he's not really doing anything to seem imposing. He's just sort of standing there, although his eyes are kind of cast to the side as if he's like listening to something that no one else can hear.
Okay. So you come out to the square, you make this proclamation, posing, posturing, watching the crowd. Narco, as you call out that you guys are dangerous, you hear a response from a voice in the crowd that just calls out and says, "Prove it!"
They who said it?
Let's roll. It was this guy.
Cool. What is he wearing or equipped with?
He is currently equipped with he's got currently studded leather armor. He's got a shield slung on his back and kind of a spear at his side.
Cool. What's the penalty for doing a trick shot?
The penalty for doing a trick shot? What do you?
Would it be like a -5, like you're doing a sharpshooter type thing, or?
Yeah, I would compare it to a sharpshooter, sure.
Cool. Narco would like to, because he's sort of like behind where she's at, right?
Yeah, I mean you can be facing whichever direction you like, but yeah, where you see him on the map, he's just kind of like in the square. He's not really hiding or anything like that. He's just kind of like out there, and he definitely does have that stylish eye patch.
Lovely.
He's so cute.
It's a very jaunty eye patch.
Is even in the realm of D&D, is it possible to shoot off a guy's eye patch without actually hitting him?
I'd say it'd be a tricky shot, but not impossible.
Well, we're the Mystic Mechanicus. We do the impossible every day. Arby is going to just sort of slide his shoulders so Nariko slides down his arm. He's going to fling her up, and as she is up in the air, sort of upside down, she is going to take the shot.
All right.
Do you want me to just roll the die on its own, and then you can add any penalties you want to it?
Sure. Yeah, whatever. I would say use whatever your normal sharpshooter attack is.
So with the -5 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When Narco goes to like do her trick shot and like Arby is moving to throw her into the air, does the professor do anything with the declaration of like prove it?
No.
Okay. The only reason I was asking because the original plan when we talked previously was to have the professor be like do the void stuff because that's what scared Harald. So
like he'll step in when it's like if it seems like that level of intimidation is required. But I mean, Narco's doing a thing, so he's gonna see if that works first, because knowing that the professor will have to eat the corruption for any sort of display, he's kind of like, if we can do this without using that, like this is going to be like our trump card on this. And we've got a lot of really skilled people, so if I can do this without that, then great. But I mean, I'm not going to wait too long on it.
okay, I just wanted to check.
So the first roll I made was an 8, so I'm going to spend an inspiration on that.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Second roll's a nat 20, so that's 26 altogether.
God.
There we go.
Thank you, dice.
Yay!
There's a thrilling display. Would you care to describe what Naruko does? How she kind of like postures herself, and I don't know if she's doing any kind of funky shit while she's being tossed in the air to take off this shot that like grazes across the front of this orc's brow that just snaps the strap on the eye patch and nothing else.
I think the key here, I'm thinking like the essence of ballet, where the goal is to do something incredibly strenuous but make it seem effortless. So like as like she hears this, like she doesn't move. Arby just does the whole like sliding her down the arm, and then when he throws her up, she just sort of takes the minimal little twist to kind of get herself in that upside down position with her rifle out to fire. And then as she lands, Arby sort of catches her, and she just plops herself down in her nice little ladylike seated position, as if that was nothing to bother about. Uh, and as it sort of sets in, like how how close he came to just getting domed, but this was a warning shot. She she will call out, and the next one will give you a lovely one to match. Any other requests?
Oh my gosh, Naruto, that was so cool. I'm sorry. Ruins the aesthetic immediately.
No, it's okay. It's when the guy comes in and he's got like the attractive girl on his arm, where it's like, haha, that I can have this girl fawning over me is also a status statement.
Oh, good, because it was really great.
I would like to do a group check here. I would like everybody to give me some kind of charisma based check, and you can choose between performance, persuasion, intimidation, any of those, any charisma based check.
Oh, good.
Uh, and because of that nat 20 and that incredible shot, everybody can make this with advantage.
Oh
Even
my
better.
All right,
Cool.
persuasion for Jade, or I guess
Persuasion for
performance
Ren.
You guys can choose whatever you like.
Well, I got a
Thank
nat
God for
20, so fuck
advantage.
you all.
I'm not great. It's 11. It's 11. It's 11 for Jade
It's with advantage?
with advantage. I got an 11.
Okay, no, that tracks. I've met Jade.
Yeah, we've all met Jade. This is not
Cool.
everyone else.
I can only do it for one person, so I will do Flash of Genius for Jade.
You might
So
want
that
to do for the professor. He's got a higher score than me.
Well, that my follow up question is, can Naruko cast guidance on someone else? Since that's an action rather than her reaction for the Flash of Genius.
Sure, why not?
Cool. I will throw guidance onto the professor and then Flash of Genius on for Jade, just
Okay,
to
so it's a 16 for Jade.
yeah, just so that everyone's sort of bumped over the 15 benchmark.
So you see Naruko pulls off this insane trick shot. The eye patch on this orc just kind of like, it's like he looks confused for a second, and then it just like cartoon style, it just kind of like slowly like slides off of his face, and not even his skin is nicked at all.
Hmm.
For a minute, Jade does that kind of she's so oh wait, and catches himself, pulls
Oh my gosh, this is my girlfriend. No, play.
pulls it
Fire.
together, pulls it together with her magical fire, keeping the intimidation up. Even Professor with his gaze and his
Aloof demeanor.
aloof and studying the crowd around him. There is a pregnant pause as everybody seems to take a breath in and watches this orc. And you see he kind of blinks, and his other eye is fully gone out of his head. There is no other eye to look at, but he looks down at this eye patch that has fallen on the ground. Looks at Yuki, kind of winking at him. Looks back up to Naruko, raises one fist in the air, just ah! And the rest of the crowd follows in suit. Everybody's throwing fists in the air. Orcs are like laughing and like punching each other in the street. There are like a hobgoblin just balls up a goblin and just fucking yeets it across the fucking town square. There is raucous laughter, applause. There is cheering. There is, I guess, happy fighting as some fists are thrown.
Play fighting.
Tankards of grog and ale just appear out of fucking nowhere. Everybody's having a great old time, and they just start cheering Mystic Mechanicus. It seems you have won over this crowd.
Naruto
I'm
would turn.
pleasantly surprised.
Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God.
Jade's gonna run up and hug Naruto. Still on fire. You're fine. That was amazing! That was amazing! I'll throw a goblin.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Cool. There may still be a bounty hunter or two about, but at the very least, we can walk about freely in Elgrogh, so that'll do a lot for us.
the crowd is on our side, and now we get to talk to people.
Yeah, let's schmooze. Let's meet people. Get the names out.
Yeah.
Do what Professor wanted and learn more about the folks here and what to expect.
Yeah.
As you kind of say that and say, let's go meet people and mingle, there is a crowd at the back. There's a voice at the back of the crowd that just calls out, "Wait!" And you guys, your eyes kind of are drawn to the southern part of the square where Gorak and Hrolk have shown up. The crowd kind of looks at them. Again, you kind of hear the murmurs, like the punching stops for a moment. And
one guy punches one guy one more time, it just slowly stops. Very Cartoon Network.
Some of the crowd starts to make way. Hrolk takes a step up, but you see Gorak comes up even further, points at Yuki and says, "You! I
Yuki
have
waves.
never been so humiliated in all my life. I have never been beaten. There's only one thing that I have left to say."
Will you marry me?
He gets down on one knee,
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
produces a mushroom from his pocket, and says, "Marry me."
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Klaus will have something to say about this.
12 stars.
Yuki freeze. Fucking Mars. Yuki, I saw him.
Oh yeah, he left you.
You right away.
Say yes.
Jade thinks it's very romantic and is not helpful in this situation. She just goes,
So let's cast suggestion on her and say yes.
Invite him to join your harem.
Oh god.
You can have the harem too. It's great.
She's holding out for old man Balinor.
I think
If she punches him in the face, is that still accepting? I don't.
Yeah, that's
we
a
don't know
yes.
enough about our culture.
that is what
No, I'm pretty sure I know. That's a yes.
oh my god.
Oh, god.
Yes. I mean, this is episode 69, Yuki, and you
All right,
haven't
hang on.
12 stars in a while.
So for all
Speedy
we know,
rolling.
that mushroom is poisonous, and if she says no, he's going to eat it right now.
Oh, cool. That's a political incident.
No.
All
right, you know what? Go.
If you want to put that theory to rest, why don't you go ahead and give me a nature check?
Yeah.
Or
It's just the prettiest
survival.
mushroom he could find.
Or survival as you look at this mushroom.
Also, I'm so glad that the silliest thing I thought to suggest in the moment is actually what's happening. That's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how we roll.
Yuki, it looks like a standard mushroom. Doesn't look poisonous. You don't think
Okay.
this is going to be some kind of seppuku play if you deny him.
I think Yuki understands that they have just kind of made a big deal about like trying not to get fucked up, so she's done getting information. So I think she's going to decide that. What? Oh.
Punch him in the face and say yes.
I think Yuki is going to kind of glance around her friends, decide that, well, this can be a later problem because survival needs to come first. She will take the mushroom out of his hand, eat it, and punch him in the face.
I like this option because she didn't actually say yes, so
Exactly.
we're kind of throwing the dice on what this means.
Exactly.
I am uncertain what that action meant.
What does the crowd do?
Give me Yuki. Give me an unarmed strike with advantage.
Okay. Let's see.
There's my nat 20.
Yeah, man.
Oh, fuck. That's just a nat 20, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Did you seriously
D20.
roll a nat 20?
No.
Oh.
I meant to say D20. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to make it a stunning
Oh
strike
my
as well?
god!
Do you want to make it a stunning strike?
Fuck.
You don't
That's
have
mean.
to. You don't have to.
No. I'm already eating his mushroom and punching him in the face.
So why are we going half measures at this point?
Because I might need those fucking key points later.
Now that is a fair point.
Yuki's playing the long game. Like,
Right.
she might need to stunning strike him in the honeymoon. It's fine.
Right.
I like how we had a whole character arc where Naruto learned it was okay to not get married just for political expediency. And then we go bring Yuki to this town and she's just like, oh, I don't want to cause a scene. It would be rude to say no.
Yeah,
We'll
100%.
say no later in private. It's fine.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. If she says no right now, she's going to dishonor him in front of fucking everybody. And that's how we all die. So this is a later problem to be figured out
But
later.
humiliating him in front of everyone was what got him to propose in the first place. He has the kink, okay?
I think
It's
he just
fine.
likes it. Oh my god. No, that's how Yuki gets someone to follow her to the ends of the earth, like, I will prove myself to you, and he just shows up occasionally. He swims in the ocean.
Pet.
He's one of those guys who's like, I swam in the
damn
part of the ocean and brought you this dogfish to show
Fuck,
you how
am
much
I
I
gonna
love
have
you.
a pet now? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
now you are. Welcome to
I've
your,
been
welcome to
through
your
so
harem.
many fucking campaigns with no pets. God
Now you have a
damn.
head.
This is
No, it's not a
fabulous.
pet. It's the start of your
He
harem.
shows up everywhere we go now trying to impress Yuki.
Yeah, he
Please
does.
make that happen.
I mean,
You know what?
given what we've learned about Gorak, calling him a pet out loud in front of everyone is probably also going to really get him going. So
I am here for this level of chaos. Yeah.
The chaos is real tonight.
Yeah.
Episode 69, everybody.
Yep.
Yep.
Eats the mushroom, fucking punches him right in the face.
You walking away?
Roll me some damage, Yuki.
Okay.
You don't have to watch the explosion.
The fuck is the damage on a number? Oh, I had them.
it's your skibbity bibbits.
Skibbity bitty bit bap. Go bam. Did it come through? God damn you.
I didn't see it.
Fucking do it.
Oh my god, I have a +5 to my unarmed strike. That's insane.
Do it.
Oh, Zay, you're ripped.
I might have to hang on, I gotta refresh.
I'm wiry.
Because it's not doing shit. Bitch!
Naruto has a low +3 to her slippy slaps. It'll do 1 damage.
Liberty slaps. Maybe maps.
Mine does at least 3.
Come on, why are you not? Meh. Alright. So it's a 1d6 plus 6.
Yeah,
so we'll just do it this way.
D&D Beyond character sheets might still be a little, or the Beyond
Oh,
20
there it
might be
goes.
broken.
8.
It's 8.
So Yuki, you take the mushroom, you eat it, you punch him in the face. He's already on his knee, so like he rolls back onto his back. He kind of like splays out. If this were a cartoon, his eyes would be giant hearts.
Oh no.
As he kind of lays on his back, you see this big dopey grin. He gets up to his feet, he turns to everybody in the crowd and says, "She said yes!" There's another round of cheering. more goblins being tossed, more ale and grog being passed around. People are punching each other in the streets. Everyone's having a grand old celebration.
Are
Sure.
the goblins enjoying being thrown?
I mean, they
I mean, they're
don't.
goblins.
Are they like little kids where you throw them into the air and they like freak out in an excited sort of way?
Yeah, something like that.
It's probably
Yeah.
the closest they're gonna get to flying. So I mean,
Yeah.
Gorak turns around and wraps his arms around you and like lifts you up and puts you on his shoulder, so like you're sitting like on his shoulder.
yeah, yeah.
And
Am I level with Naruko at this point?
Yeah, you're
Oh my
pretty
gosh,
level
I
with
had no
Naruto.
idea she fell in love at the same time that she fought him. This is so exciting!
So he's kind of like dancing. He's doing a little bit of jig. He comes up next to Arby, and like you and Naruto could practically like high five up here if you wanted to.
I think Yuki is gonna like lock eyes with Naruko. Like, you better have some fucking political way to get out of this.
Naruto just blinking at Yuki like, bitch, why did you say yes?
Jade is not helping.
No, of course not.
Jade can hear her exclaiming about how romantic this was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not helping you.
No, that's totally fine. I would expect nothing less from Jade.
She's not helpful.
No. But she's adorable, so that's okay.
I think Naruto will cast message to Yuki.
Yeah.
Bitch, why'd you say yes?
She's and I think she's going to say, is the idea here kind of like my wedding, where it's, if you don't much care for the guy, at least it's useful and you can probably get away from him as long as you want?
Yuki will look back at you because she's like, I'm way too fucking high on this guy's shoulders and I don't like any of this. For those of you guys who know Yuki, you will notice she is starting to fluff up a little, and she hasn't fluffed in a while. She's starting to fluff up a little bit, and she'll look back at Naruto and she'll just kind of give a curt nod, like, fuck yes!
Okay, Naruto will message again. It's okay. I'm pretty sure Mr. McNeil can do a fantastic job if we need to do a separation here. Also, maybe you're just engaged. You have time to change your mind before the actual wedding.
The wedding's today!
Right? I will fucking lose my mind. That's when we get full Chaos Goblin. Just fucking
You said yes!
full fucking Chaos Goblin.
He punched him in the face.
Like,
That's not usually a yes.
Welcome
Right.
to Order.
I didn't say shit!
Wait, okay. One more message to Yuki.
Yeah.
Quick, assert dominance, change positions, and be the one to lift him up.
That's not going to make it better.
I think Yuki will look at Naruto, she'll look at him, and she will she'll shift her position, and how's she gonna do this? Sitting.
It's okay. Naruto's going to help you.
Perfect. Yuki is going to shift her position from his shoulder. She's gonna spin around. So like if legs are facing front, legs are now facing back. She's going to take her, I'm like planning this out in my head. She's gonna take her left arm, wrap it around his throat, and she's going to jump off his back and try to flip him over.
And as she does that, Naruto is casting enlarge on her.
Oh my gosh. This is not making the situation better for anybody.
This is making it great for me. Now
Once
you
again.
carries him. Professor! Oh no, he's leaving the party. He's running
to
away.
a bedroom.
You can give me an acrobatics check. That
Sure.
will be contested.
Oh,
What's gonna happen? What's gonna fucking happen right now?
Oh shit.
What's gonna
Oh
happen?
shit.
You gotta be kidding me.
Not a damn thing.
you
So-
gotta know that you told the dice to tell a story. This is the story they're telling.
Yeah.
I love
Enjoy the
that.
beauty you just crafted.
I love that we're using so many nat 20s on this.
I
Right?
know.
Not for anything that
Welcome
fucking
to our
matters.
vibe. Well, this
This is what we do.
We
you
have
this
we
We
have
could be the
haven't
love
saved
of
so
played
your
many
life.
enough
lives
games in
today.
a while.
So
It's true.
This could be the love of your life. You don't know.
so Yuki does some dope ass monk shit on Gorak's shoulder, turns around, Naruko goes ahead, just makes her big. Yuki, what does it look like as you flip over Gorak, and are you looking to like pin him? Like what do you do once you pull this sick nasty move?
Throws him into the air and catches him on her shoulder.
He rolled an 11. You can do whatever you want to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Welcome to your marriage.
Again, episode 69.
So
Jesus
great.
Christ. Oh, why did I not start having wine already? So I think
Because you don't need it for this. This is fun as
Options
hell.
are optional.
this is
I was-
pure fucking chaos goblin shit.
I
Uh,
was
So I think it takes a second for Yuki to realize that Naruko made her big. Not a long second, but so she turns around, flips him, and then like jumps back so that like she flipped him upside down and then jumped a step back, like ready for like I don't know, and as she becomes big, she's gonna look at Naruko, nod. What is she gonna do now that she's big?
Whatever she wants, really.
I don't know, Bubba. Colson's just
I mean,
screaming at me.
Narco said to be the one to put him on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You could do
So
a cool spin flip. You flipped him into the air like 3 different times, and then you have him on your just one shoulder,
I think
or punt him into space, whatever.
I think instead of putting him on my shoulder, I think Yuki will balance him on her tail.
Oh
So
my
he will
god!
be like wrapped up in floofy giant tail. Just hovering in the air.
So we're gonna effectively make him grappled.
Yeah, yep.
How big are his hard eyes right now?
Oh, they're pretty.
Yeah, the eyes are what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's not
for
just
sure.
the eyes.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah,
Hey, he's pretty attractive.
so
Look.
I think.
okay.
from a certain
Maybe
point of view, I guess.
I mean, look
maybe
at how many abs he's got.
He does have a lot of abs.
maybe he
And
gives
he's got
great
all these-
massages.
You don't know what he does at home. All the violent stuff is outside, which means all the cool, like all the gentle stuff is inside, which means you're gonna go to his house and it's gonna be full of doilies.
Right?
They're gonna be crocheted with skulls, but it's gonna be doilies.
Maybe he'll make
Don't be afraid of my
pancakes
house.
like Sepka.
So
I mean,
as you flip him around, wrap him up in your tail, pull him in, so you basically show him who's boss at this point.
he likes it.
The
He knows.
hard eyes definitely getting bigger, and he looks at you and he says, "Tonight let us hunt for boar in the wild pines, and that night we'll rip each other's clothes off and howl with the wolves at the moon."
Oh, that's so romantic.
She's gonna look at him and say, oh, the options that are zooming through my head right now. Okay, I have a headache.
Can't unhear
We lost so bad in this round.
We won so hard, is what we did. We won.
We
Won
are
everything.
suffering from success, is what's happening here.
Oh, is that what this is
Is this
called?
what success feels like? I think Yuki will. She will again choose to not give an affirmative answer, and she will smile at him and say, "Let us see where the rest of the day takes us." Nice and fucking neutral.
Oh, you leave me shaking in your anticipation, but I will wait.
She will put him down gently on the ground.
No, wait, I liked it like up there.
Right?
I felt safe and secure.
Of course, my tail is fluffy.
I miss my kangaroo.
My parents never hugged me as a child. It left me with a lot of unresolved issues I'm projecting onto you. It's okay. Wait.
We have
He's
really
also
good
very
therapy. We have really good, robust therapy here.
he's also very pokey. He's got a lot of pokey spikies.
It's okay. You can fix him.
I'm gonna
Don't
go
do that.
compare skulls with Gorak. Now that he's Yuki's new husband, to be.
All right. Well, Naruto doesn't know what the fuck to do now. That just derailed her whole train of thought.
See what happens if you just go with your first chaos thought sometimes?
I feel like Yuki will put him down. She will say, we have to see where, we do have some things to sort out as Mystic Mechanicus. Is it possible that we could ask you some questions?
He ain't giving you any good information.
Are you asking Gorak?
Yeah.
Whatever you like is yours for the taking.
I think Yuki at this point is going to turn to Professor and say, Professor, Gorak will answer questions that you might have if you would like to come back over here. She'll give you a look. Like, fuck, get over here.
He tips his head
Thank
to
you
the
from this
side,
conversation right now.
and he's like, looks like we've already gotten to our destination with the cart in front of the horses. I don't really have any other questions.
Gorak,
Yes.
do you remember, or anyone that you might be able to ask, do you remember of anyone named Rufus coming through town, darling?
Yeah, it's a Tabaxi just like you, but not as pretty.
Oh,
You are
I
so
think
doomed.
Yuki will go, oh, you, and like go to like punch his shoulder, like, oh, you, but because she's huge, she'll like fucking spin him around.
Punch me again.
Oh, you're so dirty. Oh, I feel like I need to go take a shower. Ooh.
Tell me if this is getting too much. I'll pull the brakes.
No, I think it's hilarious.
No, it's hilarious.
I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it. No,
Okay.
no. Absolutely not. I'm fucking here for it.
Do it again.
I think Yuki will kind of squint her eyes and say, answers first.
He definitely kind of shivers a little bit as you say that.
That's fine. That's exactly what we're going for. We're going for full manipulation at this point. It's fucking fine.
Harald, you see Harald kind of comes up behind Gorak, puts a hand on his shoulder, says, "Oh, I never thought he'd get hitched. Just takes the right kind of person." As he says, he looks at you, Yuki, and he continues to say, "Yeah, we've seen Rufus through here. He left in a hurry a couple days ago."
Is Narco anywhere around?
She stepped to the side a bit to cast mending on that one orc's eye patch to
Oh,
fix
that's
it up
nice
for
of
him.
you.
Yep, we've made our point. Now we're polite problem solver, Mystic Mechanicus people. She will pop back over to back up Yuki. Also, the largeness from the spell, I think it only lasts a minute.
Oh,
So,
does it?
correct.
Oh.
The potion lasts for like fucking hours, but the spell that Naruto cast only its concentration up to so.
Tiny Yuki. I think seeing Naruto come back over, Yuki will kind of like link arms with Naruto, like, don't fucking leave me. And she'll say, Naruto, my darling was just telling me that Rufus was just here a few days ago.
Oh. Well, we certainly do need to catch up with him. It will be most inconvenient if we have to keep swatting down bounty hunters going after us. Do you gentlemen happen to have any inkling as to where he was heading to?
Gorak kind of responds and says, "Well, he's kind of squirrely about his movements. Little little bitch, if you ask me about it. But apparently he's got some kind of hold over some people, so whatever. But he's always a bit squirrely. Never really lets us know what his exact movements are. But rumor has it that he might have some kind of, I don't know. I guess you could call it a safe house in Lom Tarim, the desert city.
No doubt
Possibly.
he, no, no doubt he was not appropriately estimating the company he was with to let that slide.
Probably not.
Oh yes, you. Uh, that's very good to know. So, Gorak, I was very curious since you were so bold as to offer yourself up to our greatest fighter, Yuki. How did you plan to complete the 10 trials to earn her hand?
Uh, 10 trials. I
Oh, I'm. Oh dear, did you not know? I mean, our dear Yuki comes from quite the fearsome monastery. Uh, Trains them in body, spirits, mind. Uh, Anyone who wishes to call themselves a match or a partner has a number of trials that they are meant to undergo to ensure their worthiness.
Why don't you give me I don't know, is this persuasion, deception? What is this?
Whatever it is, can I give I don't know, fucking can I help because I'm like, "Oh yeah, absolutely what she says." Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically a deception check, pure and simple. I would say.
Oh no. He's
Uh,
gonna go to your monastery, you know that, right?
that's
That's
kind of the
fine.
plan. I kind of want him to go there and take like the same test Yuki did, because if he can manage that, then he might actually be decent material for a husband.
Also they'll do the ek of warning, so it'll be fine.
Ketch will deal with
Yes.
him.
I mean, he's gonna go and he's gonna do all the trials and he's gonna come for you. And then he's gonna come after you.
That's okay.
Yeah. Look.
Fine.
If
And
he
you
if
can't
he
break his
goes.
heart. You can't break his heart then.
Yeah. Look. My plan right here is I'm just going to send a letter to tell Miao Ying that hey, when an orc comes up, make up 10 trials for him. I don't care what they are. Just keep him busy and make sure he and see, test his character a bit. Uh, it'll make Nuki a lot less concerned when he shows back up later, because by the law of comedy, he's going to succeed somehow.
Of course he
Yeah,
fucking
he's going to succeed so hard. Be
But
unchained.
first, I rolled a nat one, so I will spend my second inspiration of the session to
Oh my
not
god.
do that.
Yes.
Remember your
You
class.
see, Joe, if you need me to like burn inspiration, don't send monsters out to fight me. Send me social situations I don't want to fucking deal with.
Wait,
That is
if
true.
I'm giving like help
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
don't you
yeah.
get advantage on that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Narco, you'd have advantage on that.
okay,
Yeah, so
well,
don't burn inspiration.
I forgot about that. My reroll was a 9 though, and I want better than that right now. So
So now you use your inspiration.
So,
yeah, look,
Flash of genius
look
yourself.
actually I can do that.
Yeah.
So I might let's see what the dice do. The dice were nice and gave me a 20 the last time. That's not a 20, but with guidance and deception, that would be a 19.
Nice.
See, Gorak, his eyes go wide. He almost looks embarrassed that he didn't know about this. He turns to Haralg and then back to the both of you, Narco and Yuki, and he says, "Tell me where I may take these trials, so I may earn your hand properly."
Well, the place to go would be the place that forged Yuki herself into such an unmatched warrior. Across the sea, on the continent of Iceland, there lies the monastery in the mountains above Weyburn Port. Boyodo, there is the great wise master. Ask him for the trials, and we shall see if your courage, your spirits, and your body can keep up with the rigors that Yuki herself undertook before she came here.
Yuki will smile and say, "It is true. You must complete the trials given to you both by Xiao Mao and also by Master of Choosing Catch."
Oh yes, there is the wily trickster Catch. He is perhaps to be your brother-in-law, and so his assessment of your worth will carry great weight. But don't worry, Catch is such a friendly person. He's sure to like you.
All you must do is make him like you, and he would most likely give his approval.
Then I will make haste for Weyburn-Port right now. I will vow from this day that I will not return to you until I have mastered these trials, and I will be worthy of your hand. May I ask for one last thing before I go?
Oh, God! Yuki will nod. What is it you ask?
Punch me one last time.
Oh, but those are free.
I mean, hell, stun the
Yuki will,
guy, make
yeah.
his day.
Yuki will smile. She will. She's good. Not an asshole. She's gonna be a good sport about it. We are going to absolutely. We're gonna skibbity bap.
With advantage.
Did it come through? Or is it still being a whore? Whore!
Yeah, I like that Gorax basically using his action to take the opposite of the dodge.
He's leaning into it with
Oh
his
yeah,
face.
100% leading into it.
There it goes.
Give me damage again.
I would also like to make that a stunning strike.
Yes. What's the DC on that?
I think it's 14. Yeah, DC
Oh,
14
fuck.
con.
Yeah. So he rolled a 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. With the bonus, it's like with the bonus, it's like a 6 or a 7 or something.
He's
Perfect. He still laid the fuck out.
oh man, Yuki, you have a very particular way of making men go weak in the knees for you.
Yes, he does.
So
Yeah, he does.
Get him.
you punch Gorak. His like jaw vibrates as he like falls flat on his back from the stunning strike, and will be down for the next 6 seconds. See Herog behind him just kind of crosses his arms and laughs, shakes his head.
Oh, okay. The one thing you absolutely should not do right now is step on him. Okay, it's only gonna make the problem worse.
Do it.
She
There's a
won't do
whisper.
it.
There's a whisper in Yuki's ear from a voice that seems familiar. Just goes, "And you never know until you try."
She won't do it.
I think Yuki will. Mm-mm-mm-mm. She will let go of Naruko's arm. Walk up next to Gorak's prone body. She will walk on his chest. She will squat down and take 2 leaves of her Elkamat herb, which fosters positivity, and she will stick it in I don't know, pouch, pocket, whatever is on his torso. And then she
For you to
will.
say you're gonna stick it in his mouth.
Yeah, right.
Nah, she's not that mean. She will smile. Because again, although this is not what she really was planning on, she'll still smile. She'll kiss her little paws and kind of pat his forehead. Stand up still on his chest and walk off of his chest over to where Jade is standing.
Jade and Reverie have just been talking to these other people, just very friendly chatting. At least Jade has been chatting. I don't know if the other people have really been responsive or not. And then
100%
she's
friendly.
going,
100% friendly with
yeah, we're just talking about like all the things she's been interested in to David. They really get a kick out of him, so it's been very nice for Jade. And she turns when Yuki comes over, and she's just smiling really wide. Oh my gosh, Yuki, you're here! Oh, we were just talking about the wedding. Everyone's so excited. It's so romantic.
Yeah,
I had no
yes.
idea you fell in love so quickly. And she
It's,
hugs her.
she will hug you back, and
Oh,
yes,
it's going to be so beautiful.
it was definitely an unexpected turn of events, Jade.
You know,
It was
true love is
definitely
like
that.
true love is like that. You know, they say that in all the books, isn't that right? And she looks at the others when she says that.
There are others like, well, I haven't read many books, but sure, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, see? Oh, Yuki, it's so exciting for you. And it's real this time, you know. It's not like Naruko's, where Naruko has to get because she got married. She's not married yet, but she's getting married because of her parents and his parents, and Marcus might be in danger, and we've got to take care of that. But this one is real, and I'm so excited for you.
Yuki will just continue to kind of give Jade a side hug and say, "Yes, yes, it is very, very exciting. Unfortunately, there are some things that need to happen before the festivities, but
Oh,
they will happen in due time. What are you guys talking about over here?"
oh, well, that's okay. I'll help you with the flowers the next when it's time. Unless you don't want flowers, we can do tea leaves or something. Um, we were just talking about the town and all the people in the town and how many might have seen our show today and been here for the fun.
Mm. Okay.
Do you want to give them names? Because I'm about to name them.
You better fucking talk fast, Sep.
Give them names. Go ahead.
Fast.
Let's see what you got.
This is Grix, and Grix says that most of the people that are here today and have been talking all day long, so that everyone's sure to know our names by now.
Right. It is a pleasure to meet you, Grix. I am
Yeah.
Yuki.
And this is Winston. Winston, this is Yuki.
Hello. It's
Hello,
definitely
Winston.
this is definitely a kobold name.
Yeah. And this is Marg.
Mog.
Marg. M-A-R-G. Marg.
Mog, it is wonderful to meet you. I am Yuki.
They kind of exchange pleasantries with you. Meanwhile, Gorak has regained consciousness. He gets to his feet, and he kind of like does that thing where he like crosses his weapon across his chest and looks at you, Yuki, and he says, "My lady, I shall return to you once I have been successful in the trials."
Oh my gosh, Yuki, that's so sweet.
I will look forward to hearing the tales of your success, darling.
He kind of gives you a brief bow, and he turns and he fucking books it down this alleyway.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had to take trials too. Is that in Orc? Is that in Orc custom? She asks Grix.
Grix turns and says, "No, no.
Oh.
I mean, what you saw was our custom." And she
Oh,
accepted by punching him in the face and eating his mushroom.
it was a very lovely mushroom.
She better.
Really? Where?
I can't.
Eating his mushroom just sounds so
I
not
can't.
great.
Yeah, it does.
I can't.
I ate it all in one go, didn't you?
This is
You
absolutely episode 69.
She just,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is fucking perfect.
she just swallowed it in one go. It was amazing.
it really was. It was. She loves mushrooms though, so yeah, she's had a
Yuki
lot of
shrugged
practice.
and says, I've had bigger.
Oh no, Yuki, that's not nice.
didn't say it wasn't nice.
No, she's
Oh.
right. I've seen bigger.
Really? I've
Yeah.
really never paid attention to mushrooms before.
It's like a child's arm holding an apple.
I've never seen a mushroom that big.
Oh my god.
That'd be your whole meal, though, if you had that.
It definitely was dessert.
Oh shit.
Guys, I'm stone sober. I just need y'all to do that. Like, this.
Well, so yeah, we get to go around and we get to talk to everyone now. Yuki, isn't that great?
That is so great.
You're kind of flooped up. Are you excited?
Was very unexpected and invigorating little bit of time there.
I bet. Oh my goodness, it's just so lovely. I can't wait to tell Papa.
Mm.
He's gonna be so excited for you.
Yes. It will be definitely some interesting news to share.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to tell Zhao Mao and everyone.
Oh, Xiao Mao will definitely be needing to be told.
Oh, wonderful.
Soon.
We could have the wedding there. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm just very excited for you because it's so nice, so romantic.
Yes.
And you get to be wolves, I guess, which is going to be fun.
I don't know if we. Sure, we could become wolves. Sure.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
They mate for life. That's
Great.
really, really romantic and
Great.
special.
I'm gonna go see if someone's got some grog. Grix, where would I get some grog from in this place? I see everybody has mugs of something.
He kind of
Thunderclash Taverns right
He
there.
kind of turns to like this planter behind him. He just pulls out a tankard and just hands it to you.
Perfect. She'll take it and drink it. Not even sniff it. Not even fucking. No checks done. No medicine checks done at all.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Could be 1000% fucking.
Yuki might need to just be drunk today.
Unless you want. I mean, you could purposely fail if you want.
Give me 1 second. I thought I had a thing.
Yuki had a plan.
Yuki had a plan. It went off flawlessly. And had an unexpected appendix at the end.
This time the plan chose her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit. Absolutely. All right, so I have +2 because
Amazing.
it's still being a dick. So 11.
Oh.
Yeah, you managed to hold it together. It's strong.
All right.
You hold it together.
Cool.
You're a little loose.
Got some stuff to figure out.
Oh, sorry, that's 12 because I have my dragon belt, and that's for con saving throws.
Yeah.
So I have
good.
12.
Good.
I remembered, Neville.
Woo!
I think the dragon belt doesn't that. I don't know. We'll look into it later.
No,
That was +1
So
to con saving throws.
oh really?
I thought it was. Hang on.
I thought what it does is it adds +1 to the saving throws of your like key abilities.
Oh, of your key features, right? Damn. All right, still 11.
Yeah,
I still love
it doesn't, not for your saving throws like that you make against other stuff, unfortunately.
Got it. Damn it.
It's okay.
But I'm happy that you remembered about a +1 that you might need to check. So good job.
That's how you validate shit, kids, right there. That's how you validate people.
So, how's everybody else doing after this very public display of romance?
Ren is confused. The living are very confusing. They make very little sense.
Jade is talking about it nonstop with everybody else who's also gossiping about it.
Marco's taking advantage of the free crowd to start pulling out some of her display stuff back from the expo at Crystal Cove, just to show off some of the cool stuff that Von Grutzner Company is coming out with soon that might be for sale here if the trading opens up a bit more. And then, of course, there's Arby, who is also just a big hulking war machine. So they probably think that's way cooler anyway.
So, like the orcs think that Arby is kind of cool, but you've definitely gathered more of a crowd of like kobolds and goblins around you, that are very interested to see what tiny things you have can make a big boom.
Uh, a lot. I have I have many things that
Oh,
can
we're gonna
be used for
weaponize these
boom.
goblins.
Uh, yeah, would it be like a check with some alchemist tools just to give like an impromptu demonstration of like how how to make something like alchemist fire?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, cool.
Referee,
Do it, do it, do it.
referee says no books, lame.
Uh,
Apparently, Jade is one for big grand gestures.
that given her general upbringing, that makes a lot of sense. So that I believe altogether is a. Oh wait, no, that's not that's 29. 29 is the
Oh,
total on that. I get expertise on all of my artisan tools.
Oh, we are gonna have an army of kobolds at our beck and call, guys.
yeah, they're
You
impressed.
know, Suzume doesn't hate it.
They're impressed for sure. Professor, how you doing?
The professor is kind of making a few notes about what he's learned from the culture here, and as he's walking and writing at the same time, he kind of comes to a stop next to Ren, and he just says that once we're all done here, uh, if you could give me a couple of castings of your cleansing, that would be great. Thank you.
Of course, anytime. Do you require them right now? I can do so.
No, not necessary right now. Let's wait until we get back.
Understood. Professor, thank you for coming to me. Are you quite well at the moment?
Steady. I'm all right. I need to validate a few things, and also I think there's something that I could do to really help us on our journey, but it's going to rack up the corruption. So the quicker that I get rid of what I have, the easier it's going to be when I rack it back up again.
Understood. Let me know if there's additional ways I can be of help.
He nods and does like a thumbs up and a wink.
Oh, yes, that is reassuring.
Uh, hey Joe,
Hmm.
uh, as we're schmoozing with the residents here, now that we're a bit more comfortable about actually moving about town, are there any sort of points of interest that would be cool to know about?
Okay, you know there's not a library up here.
They
um,
have a library. It's a library of skulls.
so there is the tavern here. There is like there's like a blacksmith here that makes kind of simple armor weapons. There's a leather worker here makes like leather kind of armor. Um, you can find some other kind of oddities and interesting things like there are merchants selling like different kinds of like scrimshaw. You can find there are bones that are like carved into all sorts of different shapes and sizes and like little animals. Um, there are things for sale to go hunting. One of the things that you could easily find out just by walking around is that this is kind of a hunter like a hunter gatherer kind of culture. Um, there is a forest nearby called the Wild Pines where they do a lot of their hunting for their food. So that's where a lot of that kind of comes from. Um, other than that, there's nothing really of particular, you know, nothing really of big like importance or interest that would be in this town other than what you guys have already seen.
Cool.
I think Jade comes up to Professor and Ren when when she sees that they're hanging out and they've been talking, and she goes to both of them and she says, "Isn't this amazing? This is so wonderful, Professor. Have you talked to everyone yet?"
He looks up and looks around, and he's like, "No, I haven't talked to everyone."
Oh, but you should come. I'll introduce you to people.
Have fun.
Don't you want to come too, Ren?
No, thank you.
Okay, but you can. Everyone's super nice.
I acknowledge that.
Do you want me to get you some apples?
Wait, there are apples?
I'm sure someone has apples.
Do not fit with me in this way.
Well, I could find them. If they have some, I could bring them.
I'm interested in apples.
Okay, I'll try to find some. Professor, do you want to come and talk to people with me?
Sure.
And are you guys excited for Yuki? It's just like a fairy tale.
It is
But the good one,
certainly
not the one
something.
where people cut off their toes or something.
What?
if this was an anime, he'd have the biggest sweat drop down the side of his head. Like, yes, fairy tale. I don't know what fairy tales you've been reading, but I'm sure there are some very similar ones. Beautiful, just beautiful.
It's so romantic. I can't believe Yuki just fell in love and she didn't say anything. Sometimes it just hits you, you know.
Something hit him.
I
He
know.
suddenly looks really in love right now, and he kind of looks over at Yuki, like, if I've seen a woman in love, it's definitely that.
I know, she's all fluffy.
You've met Yuki before, right? You've seen when she gets floofy, right?
Yeah. She gets floofy when she gets nervous and when she gets surprised, and apparently when she falls in love.
One of those is not like the other.
Yeah, she doesn't get nervous very often.
Tabaxi anatomy is just a thing of wonder.
I know. It must be the happiness.
She certainly looks happy and floofy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You should go tell her congratulations. Have you told her congratulations yet?
I've been standing here this whole time. Have you been eating pure sugar syrup?
Quite possible.
No, I haven't had any. It's just really exciting that we had a plan and it went off well and we didn't have to fight anybody and we made all these I'm making so many new friends today.
You know, I think I will speak with Yuki.
Oh, that's great.
You know,
I
think I need to help Ren speak with Yuki because Ren is socially inept. Bye-bye.
Oh, okay. I'll try to find apples and I'm going to go talk to all these kobolds over here about apples and kobold things.
They might know where apples are. Ren's going to try to pull Yuki away from everyone.
She will let herself get pulled away for sure.
If you need me to assist you in faking your death, please let me know.
That is a very, very kind offer, and I will definitely keep that in mind, Ren. Thank you.
Death is not always a way out, but it could be.
Can confirm. Been there. Yeah, I've helped people get there.
Listen, Yuki has different types of ride or die friends, okay?
Yeah, she does. Fucking best kind.
Do you need us to kill you? Because we can kill you.
Because we got
you.
Not
the guy who ran off and is alone in the woods somewhere right now.
Help her fake her death, okay? It makes perfect sense. So, Ren will be there offering his solidarity.
I think Yuki will kind of look between the two of them and say, what was I supposed to do? If I had said no, all of these people could have come and they could have killed us all. I didn't answer. I didn't say anything. That can't be legally binding, can it?
I do not believe they believe in laws.
Yuki, are you prepared for when have you seen the people here? They are very powerful. Are you prepared for when he passes whatever tests they put him through and comes back for you? Are you prepared to marry that man? Because saying no after he does is significantly more damaging than just saying no now.
No, that is why I said I would help her fake her death. Were you not listening?
Her death, there's a bounty on all of our heads. Everyone's watching us.
Yuki will fluff her tail, or unconsciously fluff her tail up a little bit more, and she'll look and say, "Do you think it's too late to vomit up the mushroom?
Way too late.
Yeah.
So late.
Do you think I could vomit up the mushroom? Would that fix it?"
You're
I
going to
do
have
not
to
know.
catch him first so he can see it, I think. I mean, you're really fast. You could probably do it, but, I mean, he just kind of bobbles his head back and forth like, maybe this is good for you. Maybe you like this. I mean, this could be really great. And, I mean,
Oh.
I would hate to see how devastated Jade's going to be if she finds out that you don't want this.
Stop manipulating her is unkind. Also, we are working on thinning the realms between the different dimensions and worlds. Perhaps you can find a new world to move to.
That, Ren, you are very, very smart.
Did you hear that? She said I am very, very smart. There were two berries in there.
Very, very smart. They wouldn't have any idea on how to move to a different dimension, right? They wouldn't know.
Seems rather unlikely.
They live on top of the hideout of the one cult that is actually trying to do this. It's entirely possible that they all know how to do it.
Very doubtful. Magic doesn't seem to be their particular strong suit.
Just because they haven't shown it doesn't mean they don't have it.
Really? Do you have the ability to be silent? I've not seen that from you.
I am capable. I choose not to because I know how much you love the sound of my sultry baritones.
I do not believe you are actually capable. Perhaps you should prove me wrong. For the next 10 minutes.
Maybe one day, when the clouds are high in the sky and the deer jumps over the fallen log, maybe that day.
Is that the day you get struck by lightning again? That could silence you for a while.
Didn't last time.
Indeed not.
Yuki is just watching you two just having this debate, just drinking from this fucking just cup of God fucking knows what. She's just
That's
keeps
exactly
drinking.
what it is.
How many
Have
cups
you
do you want now?
confirmed?
As many as she can.
Now,
No, just the first one. She's still on the first one.
have you confirmed that accepting a drink from a person in the street isn't consent to polygamy?
Now you're just unkind.
I'm just covering all the bases because, I wouldn't want that personally.
You are being
I would
quite
want somebody to tell me.
unkind.
Smash cut to everybody in the crowd, like, handing each other drinks and then furiously making out.
It's a diet key party.
Yuki just
2 hours later, it's just a giant
people pass
orgy.
drinks around and doesn't know what's happening.
so as like the professor says that, Yuki has like the fucking mug as she's taking a sip. She just narrows her eyes like over the fucking lip of the mug at Professor.
You stop that. She
I'm
has
just
enough on
saying
her
you
mind.
we don't have a good track record with taking drinks from strangers.
This is true. This definitely did not work out this way last time I took a drink from someone.
You gave one to him. Perhaps that is part of our problem.
I did give it to him. She looks at the professor. She said, "You told me to do something different. I did something different, and now I'm here."
That makes this your
I
fault.
didn't tell you to eat the mushroom.
You told me to do something different. This started before the mushroom.
He just crosses his arms. He's like, well, now what are you going to do?
Fake your death. I will assist you.
It's much easier to kill another person than try to pretend to kill yourself.
There are some moral implications with the second one if it's not actually his time.
Yeah, I had it the second I came out.
It's fine. This is a problem for later. There are many things he must do, and many tests he must pass before finding me again, and who knows where we'll be at that point, and cannot tell them where we're going next. Do not
Tomorrow,
tell anyone where we're going next.
tomorrow Yuki gets a message from Catch, and it's just, I like him.
Fucking would.
It's not even that. It's just uncontrollable laughter.
Yep.
And 3 sendings worth of uncontrollable laughter.
Yep. Yep.
And then the last one is he passed.
Look, it's fine. In order for him to succeed, he has to like do every bullshit trial that Zhao Mao puts in front of him, and
Yeah.
Zhao Mao's not going to let this guy leave the temple until he's like done at least enough to give a consideration. Like, okay, maybe he could actually like be decent material for you.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
so
yeah.
sincere.
Yuki's the fucking favorite like child right now. She's the fucking golden child. So they're not gonna let Bob
he'll-
the idiot orc fucking.
First of all, his name is Gorax.
I know. I'm saying not Bob the idiot
First of
orc.
all, his
not
name is Gorak. Thank you.
Oh, Zach.
Second of all, his
Gorak.
name is
Gorak is
22
traveling
years.
across the sea to pursue your paw, girl. You in
Name is Gorak.
danger.
He's gonna sail 2 weeks to outside of a town he's never left before into the monastery of strangers to get his ass kicked, all for you. They're gonna
Right.
appreciate his sincerity. You think he's not gonna win them over immediately with the fact that he's very just sincere about it?
You
That's
might
fine.
take
They're
a
gonna
minute, girl,
love
but you in danger.
They're
That's
gonna
fine.
love him.
We have time. We have time. Listen, I may die. It's fine. You don't know that I'm going to survive this adventure. I may die.
And you know, a lot can
Does
happen
that
along
mean
the
you
way.
want a do not resuscitate order?
Yes, that. I need to sign that. Sure. No, I shouldn't sign that.
Jade will be upset.
Yeah.
I will never hear the end of it from her.
They put a DNR
Actually-
bracelet on Yuki.
Right?
Which one of us has that? One of us has that, and I don't think it's me. You might be
What?
having to talk to Jade about that. The one to bring people back to life.
Oh, I
That's
have
you.
that.
Yeah, you
That's
take
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
out.
you're coming back.
Yeah, sorry, that didn't sound like me.
No, that's me, my dears.
Yeah, I had an option, but you took it.
Listen, there's also a lot that can happen. I mean, he's got to survive the ocean crossing. He has to not
Right.
get picked up by Leviathan. You know, there's
He's
just a lot.
so getting picked
That's
up
a
by
lot.
Leviathan.
Listen,
He gets picked up by Leviathan, and Lorelai finds this to be the funniest fucking shit she's heard
would.
in 20
Oh,
years.
absolutely.
She's gonna do everything in her. She's not on Leviathan, but you know what I mean. She'll do everything to
watches
make
it.
this
She'll know.
happen.
She'll know.
definitely know.
So I'm really looking forward to like we're confronting the cult and they're being like, "Aha! You may be trying to defeat us, but we've taken a hostage. Your fiance." They pull out Marcus. It's like, "And your other fiance," and then they pull out Gorak. And it's like, oh no, oh that's terrible.
Those guys.
Yuki shrugs. She's
forgot
like,
about them.
Well, he wasn't strong enough to evade capture. He's not good enough. Sorry,
Nah.
sorry, babe.
Red Sonja rules. Sorry. Nah,
I am not worthy.
not worthy.
And then
Sorry,
he busts out of the chains immediately and kills somebody. He's like, "I waited for you so we could do this together."
Oh my god.
People.
I'll be honest. Gorak is probably now my backup character if Naruto ever goes down.
Oh my god, yeah, it's someone take this
I
over.
love it.
And your quest is
A
to find
barbarian
Yuki
whose
and love
rage
them.
is the power of love.
Yeah.
God
I
damn
love
you.
this. This is amazing.
This is great. This is the best thing that's
This
happened
is-
to us in months.
100% approved. Yes, if you want Gorak to be a
Oh.
second character, absolutely run with it.
I want.
How-
By the way, you've now written yourself into a corner. We need scenelets written about Gorak.
They're
and-
already
and
brewing.
his-
Don't worry, they're brewing.
Oh,
I was
good.
gonna say, like, how long till like the Ballad of Yuki and Gorak gets put up on the AI fucking songs?
Give
How long?
Naruto until tomorrow. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Between
Yeah.
Neville and Mars, that is happening by the end
Oh,
of the week.
probably
Yeah.
already is.
I've got work the next 2 days, guys. I can't take all these requests.
You can collaborate with Mars.
Y'all adorable.
Oh, Lord,
Amazing.
have mercy.
Amazing.
There's no
Personally,
mercy
I
here.
want to see the vignettes of what the 10 trials of the monastery are for
Oh, I
Gorak,
can't
as
wait.
well as
Mm,
the intense battle of wits to earn the approval of Catch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
solves it by just smashing through it, and he goes, "I like you."
right. Jesus.
Just breaks something.
I think Yuki will just continue to bicker with Ren and Professor about how this is the professor's fault because he made her do something different.
Ren is her ride or die and is supporting her entirely.
Jade started a giant game of hide and seek / tag with the kobolds and goblins.
Amazing.
Pulse.
Yeah, they're 100% in on it. I mean, this town square has turned into a party.
Amazing.
A sexy
Wait,
party.
Let me roll my stealth. It's at disadvantage.
Sexy party.
Listen, we already have lots of sexy party out here, okay? And Yuki can't handle it.
Mm-mm.
Kate Patton's
Yeah.
giving her away.
We're done. We're done with the sexy party for Yuki.
What if I said that 12 stars shows up? Ooh!
Oh, now it's a
Ooh.
fucking party.
Kind of meow
That's
mixed
gonna be
too
some
often.
tea.
Now Yuki's stuck in a love triangle.
Now Yuki has to tell Gorak about her special friend.
Maybe it's a love parallelogram.
Oh my god.
So what I'm hearing is we're going to slowly work towards having a love triangle per player character. So we need Professor to get an unexpected romance, so that Z can feel threatened.
That's
If Z
not
feels
gonna-
threatened, someone's getting
That's-
dead.
Z's gonna
Yeah,
bring
that's-
the romance to him.
Yeah, Z's gonna be the one that has a special friend and introduces that to the professor as a birthday present.
Please
Yeah.
do not make me explore the enemies to lovers romance with Sovereign.
Oh,
Damn.
well, now it's happening. Are you kidding?
Yeah, Z would not be amused. Z don't
Oh.
share. I don't know, but anything about Z would think that she would be okay with any of that.
It's the
Never
outside people
fails.
they keep trying to ship Ren with the professor, and Ren is just confused and wants apples.
There
It
it
never
is.
fails. Every campaign, the longer you play a character, the chance that you're going to have to decide how their sexuality leans becomes 100%.
Better to get it out of the way right away. And then immediately
Gary's
change it when
wife.
you decide that the inventor girl is super cute.
Yeah,
And you wanna hold
that's
her hand.
fair. I mean, that happens, man. You do pan, it's cool.
Sometimes you think you're ace, and it turns out maybe just this one.
That's okay. It's called gray ace. You're good. You're good.
What's
So good.
Dave's opinion on the matter?
Oh,
Mm.
Dave? Dave is playing like little funny carnival music. Do 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 do. While the professor and Yuki are fighting. Yeah, that's what Dave's doing.
Nice.
I feel like Dave gets up to that Playboy lifestyle when we're not looking.
And
got
it's
the
because he's
charisma.
pollinating everywhere, obviously.
Gross.
That's what plants do, man.
Why? Why you gotta fucking
Nature.
traumatize me with Witchlight music? Fucking why?
Because there's a giggle from the bushes.
I mean, Brent said Dave's playing carnival
Yeah.
music, so
Nope.
you know,
That tracks.
we
That's it.
gotta start up the Calliope.
This is Dave's bass music, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, true.
Oh boy. All right. Well, so it's middle of the afternoon. You guys can spend as much time in the square here as you like. Eventually, the party will shift its way back into the Thunderclash Tavern. I mean, maybe it won't shift, but you know, it'll start like filtering its way inward.
Yeah, there's more booze in there.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
your trees.
it's a good old day in Elgrogh today.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you guys can you can hang out. Yeah, if there are others you want to talk to, I mean, you've pretty much made a friend in this town. So if there are
At
others
least
that,
one.
oh yeah.
Friend, we made a friend of this town.
Yeah, that's it.
So any others you wish to speak with, the locals are willing to chat you up. Herald as well. You're giving him lots of business, so he's also very happy. And you can kind of spend as much time here as you like, doing really whatever you want in this kind of we've kind of turned this into a bit of a carousing chapter.
You know what I just realized? Fucking Gorak was also a bottom.
Yeah, obviously.
God damn it!
Jesus.
Let me know when you find a top.
Ah,
You ain't gotta find a top.
having the worst
Good luck.
time finding one. Ah.
Does that say more about me because all my NPCs are bottoms?
Listen,
No,
we didn't want to bring that to you.
Players are too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
including Jade and Narago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And we're just hoping Marcus is a top. But every time we try to lure someone into the harem, they're always just someone weaker than us that we have to protect.
Well,
Wait, so if he's a bottom, does that mean Yuki's a top?
Yuki's
Yuki's
100%
Yuki's
a
a top.
I mean,
You
you
get
did a pretty
100% the
strong
job.
Dom energy there earlier, I gotta say.
Yeah,
That was a lot of Dom energy,
on
baby
his
girl.
chest. You walked on his chest, crouched down, tucked something into his lapel, patted his face, and walked away without a second look. That's
Yeah.
such Dom behavior. I
Yeah.
cannot even.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Make sure you have a safe word. Be safe about it.
I'm quiet.
I'm quiet.
Kumquat might not be the best word.
Banana, banana, banana.
It sure won't be mushroom, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, what a fun callback, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think the only thing Nariko has on her docket is to send a letter via the postal service to the monastery, so that they're expecting Mr. Agorak and what's going on with that in the background.
Yeah.
You realize he flung himself into the sea and he's just gonna swim there, right?
He might.
That's
I mean,
what he thinks the first time. He's swimming there just right now. He's just gonna
Might be some
swim.
Looney Tunes shit out here.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a d20 above the board. If it's a 1 to 10, he absolutely is just swimming to fucking Wayward Port.
Come
Well,
on,
he's not
Stephen.
gonna die.
Oh man.
He found a rowboat. He found a rowboat. He found a rowboat.
Come on, Steven. Come on, Steven.
I will also send word via the twin note to our ship that they're good to come into port, so we can load up our goblins and then potentially take the ship to our next destination, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Oh, hey, where's Grumash for all of this? Has he just been bar backing the whole time? He didn't even get to come to the party.
Yeah, he's been bar backing the whole time.
Poor kid's just been fucking working.
Jade helps him.
Jane helps. Kuresh comes to you. He's like, "Are you looking for a job here?"
No, it's just it's a party and you're busy and it's just a great way to meet friends.
Oh, great. Yeah, everyone is in a fantastic mood today.
Yeah, Yuki got engaged.
Oh, really? She ate the mushroom.
Yeah, she did right away.
Wow.
It was so romantic.
Oh, that's good for her.
I know. You know, love finds you in the strangest places.
Yeah, I would say so.
So
Do you have
Yuki,
anyone
again,
who can
Ren will
mushroom
help you fake your death.
What was that from Red?
Yuki, again, Ren will help you fake your death. It's no problem.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
As far as Jade, as far as you looking for apples goes, these kobolds are not so keen on where to find apples, but they can sure provide you some apple cider.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's like straight up just fermented apples and like some sugar.
I get that to Ren
Ooh.
as part of
Ren
my bar.
sniffs it. Ren sniffs it, but Ren drinks it.
It's strong. Give me a
Oh.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, let's see how
Oh,
this
well,
goes.
maybe
Ren.
apples.
Ren, somewhat doubts this. Let's see here. Can I get to roll the dice on here? Nope, my game sheet does not want to roll. Okay, we'll roll an actual die. That's alright. Oh, it's a 19 plus 3. I think I'm
Hey.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
Red. This is. I mean, it's strong, but like, you've had a couple of these by this point, and you're accustomed to it.
It is alright. Please thank your friends.
Okay.
So by evening, the festivities start to kind of die down a bit. Everyone in this town has started to have their fill of drink and are kind of one by one starting to kind of just pass out wherever they are. Krog does manage to remain sober behind the bar, as does Grumash, as Grumash is not actually drinking. So as things start to wind down in the late afternoon, early evening hours, what are you guys looking to do? Narco, you will get a response to the twin note, by the way, that the ship will be pulling up wherever you tell them to go, so they'll be ready and waiting for you.
Cool.
Turned out to be such a nice place.
Now that we've sort of been accepted among the ranks, we should probably grab rooms here at the Thunderclash Tavern as opposed to all imposing on Grimash for the night?
Oh, that's a really good idea. We should leave something nice for Grumash.
I have left him a package of different types of herbs. As he had mentioned, wanting to expand.
Oh, that's really nice. I wonder if Grumash is going to have a mushroom for anyone. That'd be so sweet.
Just Jay immediately goes to find Grimash, starts pestering him about his dating life.
Yeah, kind of. Pretty much does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Grumash, do you have anyone that you're going to give a mushroom to?
Oh no, no, not yet. I haven't. There's no one I've really met that has really kind of caught me. But no.
Oh, that's okay. You're still really young. Got lots of time to meet people.
He kind of scratches the back of his head, chuckles a bit. Yeah.
And if you come down to Tremonto to the wedding, with your uncle, maybe that's when it'll find you. You know, just like it found Yuki here.
I mean, that would be nice. I think.
Yeah, it'd be great. I really hope you come.
I don't know. I don't know if Uncle will feel it, but I sure would like to.
Did you ask him?
I mean,
Do you want me to ask him?
no. Well, I mean, you guys already kind of did. You know, no. Well, I'll keep talking to him about it. You know, maybe I can get him to be a little bit more open to it.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell them it would really make Norika happy.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, I'd give that a shot. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I hope we get to see you again after this. I mean, we're staying for the night and we'll be here in the morning, but afterwards.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take these ciders to those kobolds over there.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Just having a kick out of being a barmaid for the day.
So as the day winds down, does anybody else wish to do anything?
The professor will link up with Ren to get that cleansing.
Absolutely. How many levels we doing?
Well, I have 19, so whatever you got.
You got it. Let's see here. I'm going to use my free charge plus 2 additional charges.
Ooh.
So that's 3.
Professor, that'll bring you down to 4.
How do you feel?
He kind of straightens up, rolls a shoulder, he stares up at the ceiling for a moment like he's trying to figure things out. And there's like a small, just the tiniest split-second hint of disappointment over his face. And then he looks to you and he just grins. He's like, "Thank you. That's perfect. Just what you ordered."
Indeed. You're quite certain you feel better?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
You do know Nariko would like you to make notes of your condition and how it's changed with the removal of the corruption.
Yes, I will take notes. Actually, it would do good once everyone's done with the libations and get a couple minutes. I would like to collect questions that we want answered from the void.
What exactly is your plan?
I may have a means of asking questions and getting answers from the void. That doesn't involve simply listening to the whispers.
Through your dream talk?
No.
Then what?
Much more rudimentary than that. Spell scroll.
What spell would allow you to do such a thing?
He reaches into his Mary Poppins pocket and pulls out like this spell scroll and kind of holds it up to him, showing that it's a commune with void spell.
Oh. Is that one of the ones that they were working on down in that lab with the other Jeffrey?
He nods.
I see. Interesting. You're certain it won't open you up to allow something in, correct?
Well, it will certainly impart a certain level of corruption, but for all, I haven't had a lot of time to really research into this, but for all it looks like, it seems to be a fairly simple divination spell.
Things are rarely simple with you. Is this something we wish to do before we return to the ship, or something on solid ground?
I don't think this one matters, really.
When do you plan on doing it?
Well, once we get the chance to speak with everyone, let everyone know what we're doing, and get the questions we want answered, and all agree on when we want to do this, then. But I don't intend to square myself away into a shadowy hole for a night and do this on my own.
What a relief.
He kind of shoots you a look like, you must just assume that the worst possible outcome is always going to come from me.
It's not just from you.
You know, in my defense, for all of my methods, the worst possible outcome rarely comes from me. Usually
I
comes
still remember.
from strangers.
Oh yes, that makes it much better. Prepare for the worst, that way perhaps you will be pleasantly surprised as I was today.
There's that wisdom.
Mm.
Prepare for the worst.
Another piece. Another piece of wisdom. Let me rest and regain my spell slots before you do any of this foolishness.
Oh, of
In
course.
case you need more emergency assistance.
You are the only resource capable of doing this, and I don't intend on sitting with this forever. Corruption, I mean.
That is good.
Not unwelcome.
Do worry that I'm the only one that can do this. Do you think I'm the only one in this entire world that can do such a thing?
I hope not. I
I
mean,
hope not too.
I would absolutely love to be able to do that, but it seems that you have Thanatos on your side. Not something that I've got.
The gods work as they do. They are not controllable by mortal means.
No. Not in the least. Well, we'll wait for everyone to be done and have a quick word and formulate a plan for what comes next.
That is a good plan.
I'm full of them. You just might not see it yet.
I certainly will to hear them.
He will toss him like a surprise apple that he hadn't made known to anyone. He's like, keep the change, and he'll go find his room to sort of relax a bit before everyone kind of does like a nighty-night meetup.
Ren's eyes absolutely light up and glow happily as he munches into the apple.
Nice.
There's some earthly delights he enjoys. Apples.
Amazing. Well, before you guys all turn in, before we get to what Professor's looking to get into, is there anybody else with any kind of thing that they got?
Jade will talk to Frog before everyone else leaves.
Okay.
Just, hello, here's your try back.
You're looking for a job here? Could use another bar back.
Oh, no. I mean, maybe one day later when I'm not traveling, if you'll still need help. But not right now. We are trying to save the world from the people who live in your basement.
Fair.
Were you going to come to the wedding? It'd be
Undecided.
really nice to see you.
Hmm?
It'd be really nice to see you again. You know, we get so rarely do we get to go and like see other people that we've met before in another new place.
Like
I don't know.
like I said before, I will consider it, but I can't make any promises.
That's okay. You don't have to promise. If you can't come, maybe you can send someone else on your behalf, just for friendship.
We'll see what we come up with.
Oh, that's lovely. I know you can't take down the posters for the wanted bounties or anything, but do you think we're going to have any trouble in town?
He kind of looks around at the crowd, and everybody's drinking, having a great time. Those who are still conscious, anyway. Kind of nods a bit. He says, "I don't think there'll be any trouble from us."
Oh, good. That's lovely. I would hate to kill my new friends.
Don't go saying that out loud. They might take you up on the challenge.
Oh, no.
Friendly or not, they do still like to fight.
Well, it wouldn't really be much of a fight. So it would be very boring.
He kind of like does that thing where he like kind of wags a finger at you with like a half grin.
I killed a man in his sleep, and I did not really like that.
Who has it, right?
Really?
Kind of shrugs.
Oh. And you don't feel bad about it? I feel really bad about it.
Caught your enemy off guard. What's there to feel bad about?
Well, maybe he could have been a friend instead of an enemy.
Well, my advice is what's done is done, and it's not worth thinking about anymore.
I will try. I'm not really good at not thinking. Anyway, thank you very much for everything today. You're very lovely.
Thank you for the business.
You're welcome. I hug him.
He kind of doesn't know what to do with that, and he kind of just like pats you on the head.
Yes. Okay. Well, you have a good night, and we're gonna go up to bed now. I don't really sleep, so if you need anything, I will hear you.
Great. That's not creepy
That's
at
not
all.
creepy.
Yeah, right. It's really fun, and then you can have help if you need it.
Right.
And if you get into trouble or anything, you know.
Oh, I'm sure you'll hear it long before.
Yep. Good night. Just go upstairs to her room.
Anybody else? Going once, going twice.
I'm good.
So now we'll turn to Professor. As you get into your room and you get settled in, are you looking to continue on your own, or do you want others to be with you at this moment?
I don't think he has any really any preference either way. He just sort of wants to let everyone, have their time, and we don't get a lot of these celebratory feeling nights where you can just hang out and do your thing. So before getting down to business, he wants everyone to have their time, and when people start heading towards their rooms, he'll kind of flag them down before they go to their rooms to turn in for the night, just to sort of have a real quick chat.
Okay.
But otherwise, he's not. If someone like follows him or comes to his room before everyone is turning in, he's not opposed to it or anything.
Sure. So then I would say, as you guys all start to kind of go up to your rooms, get settled in for the evening, you notice that Professor's door is open, and he's making himself available if you wish to join. So I would say those of you who would like to join him are welcome to do so.
Professor, do you have your shirt on? Your door's open.
Yes, I assure you my door will be closed and quite locked before I take my clothes off, specifically just for you.
Thank you. Peek your head in. What are you doing?
Taking a couple moments to myself so far, but if you'd like to join, I would not oppose to some company.
I'm happy to join you if you want company, but do you want to be alone?
Nah, I'm okay. In fact, I'd actually like a word with people just for a couple of minutes before they retire anyways.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure where everyone quite is yet. Some people are still at the bar. But I can come sit with you until everyone comes up.
Sure.
Yuki will start to shuffle down the hallway. And hear you guys talking and saying, is everything alright?
Yes, Professor is dressed.
I'm not naked.
Not what I was concerned about.
They also don't have a mushroom or a stein of beer.
She'll peek her head in and say, I think I've had enough of both of those today.
Just wait till you try the mushroom beer of South Averil.
You know, you really should think about getting a mushroom for Z.
Why?
Do you not want to propose?
I'm not an orc. Not how we do it.
Oh, how are you going to do it then when you do it?
Well, I guess we'll find out when the time comes.
Well, you are going to do it, aren't you?
Anything is possible.
That's not an answer.
Because I don't have a real answer for you.
Why? Don't you love her?
Yes.
Well, then wouldn't you want to get married?
Maybe.
Is that what people do?
Well, I mean, not everyone. I mean, a marriage is really just a ceremony of traditions. It's not necessary, and my people don't really do such things. I'm sure that if it's something that comes up, it'll happen, but I don't exactly have plans to do so as of right now.
Oh. Well, are these people the people who do those things?
Elves! Oh, they do all kinds of rigmaroles and ceremonial things. They build an entire life around ceremony.
She looks really skeptical, the professor. She says, maybe you should figure that out.
The time is not now to decide that. And I mean,
That's
even if I was going to do that, I am on an adventure. I'm out here doing a thing that I may not return from.
Well, all the better to let her know that you would love her forever for your whole life, wouldn't it?
I have other means of doing that.
Not with the mushroom?
Not with the mushroom.
I don't know. I thought it was very romantic.
Oh, I'm sure very romantic in some sense. It's not for everyone.
You know, I bet you can ask Norika to help you make a romantic thing.
I'm sure I could when the time comes, if the time comes.
Ren is sneak.
Ren has 4 hooves, no sneakers, and crunching on an apple, and this is a tiny hotel room. He is not as sneaky as he thinks.
My passive perception is an 18. I think I noticed Ren.
Probably.
Hi, Ren. I was trying to tell the professor that he should probably give Z a mushroom, and he says not to mushroom because they don't do mushrooms, and his people don't really do that. But do you think an apple would be better?
What do the elves do?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be better.
Probably a whole ceremony, like the professor said.
This orc that pursues Yuki is trying to complete the traditions of her supposed tribe.
Mm-hmm.
It would be polite if you consider the other one's traditions in your actions. If you intend to take any actions at all.
Brennan, you're very wise.
I
mean, yeah, Yuki did the traditions here as she ate the mushroom, and now he's gonna go do the traditions for Yuki, and it's gonna just be so lovely when he's back.
So lovely, he says, deadpanning at Yuki.
So lovely.
Right?
My offer still stands.
What a nice day this was.
It is still a viable option.
What is?
Ren just offered to help me out
with wedding preparations if it becomes necessary.
Planning.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes, I'm very helpful.
Very, very, very helpful.
I should be really good at helping with the decorating and getting everything ready too, Ren.
I believe I know quite the mood to set.
Yuki just it's going to be the Game of Thrones red wedding.
Yuki just continues to 40 yards stare.
A lot of people feel like that after they get engaged.
Did you have too much to drink, Yuki?
No, not enough.
A lot of people. I shouted to people at the street.
No, I did not have too much to drink. It's just been an exciting and unexpected day.
Well, I'm just real happy for you. If there's anything I can do, you just let me know.
Thank you, Jade.
I can learn sending, and then we can send letters with our minds to Gorak. I'm not supposed to do it to Marcus because Marcus is he might not understand, but Gorak has met me, so then he won't be scared, and I can tell him hi for you, and that you are wishing him well, and that you can't wait to see him. Just let me know because I'll have it if we need it.
Good.
How many times can he ask you to hit him over message? How many times can he ask her to hit him over message?
I think he can say a couple sentences. So
probably a lot. I will let you know, Jade. I will keep that in mind.
Good. I can be helpful.
Of course.
Are Reverend and Narco also going to be joining in this little get-together?
Sounds awkward as fuck. Sure thing.
Yeah! Just Narco comes in as she's talking about not being able to send Marcus sending, because that would be weird, but Gorak knows her, so she can send him sending.
Oh my god, can that be the title of tonight's episode? Awkward as fuck.
Awkward as fuck it is now.
Surprise fiance!
Message in the Google chat, Reverend is joining as well.
Yay!
I think that as everyone, the final person comes in, Professor will stand like he's leading a teeny tiny classroom.
I'm glad you've all glad you met me today.
Thank you for joining me this evening. I will only take a quick moment of your time, unless you wish to stay in my quarters and have really awkward conversation about Yuki's future. Anyways, I have a question. Before, and sorry to so drag us all back to business, but before we had talked about getting some answers from the void, and he's like, "Oh, yeah," and he'll pass Nariko a piece of paper that has recorded all his findings for how he feels different from before having had the majority of his arcane corruption cleared up. That's for you. Anyways, one of the scrolls that we picked up down in the hideout below.
In the basement?
This spell, yes. For Commune with Void, which seems to me that the caster should be able to get 3 questions, yes/no questions answered from whoever or whatever is on the other side. Much in the way some of the normal spells of divination kind of operate.
She raised her hand.
Yes.
Oh, well, who are you going to be asking?
That's the thing, I don't know.
Well, commune usually works with a god.
Speak with dead works with the dead. I suppose we were speaking to the void, or at least the present consciousness of it. What if it's a multi-consciousness?
If you don't have a target, is my point, is that you can't really... It might not go to just one person, or it might not go to the person that you want it to go, if you don't know who you're talking to.
Well, that's the thing. The spell states that you extend your mind into the void and ask the questions. You do receive a correct answer for each question. Is whether or not how clear the question is will give us the clarity of the answer. Who I have no idea.
Oh, so you're asking the place itself. Like, if you were to commune with the Feywild, you wouldn't be talking to the people of the Feywild, you'd be talking to the Feywild, which is a different place.
He kind of wrinkles up his nose, like, I guess kind of, but I struggle with the idea of communing with a place rather than something that's sort of a consciousness behind it, which is more often than not some sort of deity or arch something.
Not necessarily.
In the case of Feywild, that makes sense.
The Feywild itself is a consciousness that is a place. It is not a god. It just is.
Having his topic of study not being anything even remotely close to Feywild related, he just sort of, his lips kind of squished together in a straight line, and he just nods and says, like, mm-hmm.
So if the void is like that, then you're talking to the void itself.
Could be.
And you wouldn't have to worry about talking to anyone in particular.
True. I mean, I wasn't really worried about who I was talking to, since this doesn't really open up any sort of gateways or anything, but I am now.
Well, I would be worried if just in case you're talking to someone who means you harm.
Well, we'll just have to make sure whatever questions we ask doesn't leave any room for interpretation, because the spell does state that the answer has to be correct.
Oh.
There's no means of misleading, as long as we're careful with the words that we use.
So what kind of questions do you think you want to ask?
Well, that's what I was hoping to leverage all of you for. What do we want to know? And he does direct his gaze to Nariko, because she had specific things that she had mentioned previously.
Nariko kind of looks side to side. She's like, did I state some ideas previously that sounded good to you?
Yes, but I don't remember that.
Well, you're out of luck, because Nariko's baseline is, I don't want to talk to them because I don't want them knowing about me by proxy.
All right.
Oh, I know. Should we ask it where, ask it if there is a hive mind of creatures? Or ask it how we can track Rufus? Maybe we can use the void to track Rufus.
Do we want to know, or do we care what its actual intent is? Does that matter at this point?
Just keep in mind that the answer is yes or no. We're not going to get a wealth of information, but if it's something that the void itself would know, and I mean it has touched everyone, or at least seemingly everyone in the cult. So if we could ask a good question about the cult, it'd probably be better off.
Ask it if it actually wants to destroy everything.
I think perhaps a question that would be useful to us is, from what you were talking about in your dream, whether or not there are more than just the Whisperer as beings in the void. It would be helpful to know if the void is sort of a loci and the Whisperer is its consciousness, or if it is a place that is inhabited by things.
I like that. Because that would insinuate that there's a means of getting there.
Well, it also sort of helps us inform what's going on, because if it is just one singular being that is void, then its subsuming of other worlds is definitely unhealthy. If it's more of like a space between spaces, and there are beings within it that have their own plans, then that's a little bit different. That's more like a conventional conflict, as conventional as that could possibly be, just being taken place across dimensional lines.
And if it's just a person, like a singular entity trapped in a space that just wants out, that maybe it's just trying to work with whoever it can work with to get out. And if it's an immensely powerful being, I mean, people can use power to be very bad with it, especially if it's not controlling its power anymore. If it's trapped and being used, rather than.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The existence of other non-Whisperer beings in the void also gives greater hope to your goals, Professor, of more safe, eco-friendly void magic.
I agree. Okay, I think that's a good question. Selfishly, I want to know if the discussion I had with Jeffrey in my dream was actually with another being, or just the fevered dreams of someone who has experienced a lot of corruption.
Well, then ask. You have 3 questions, right?
And I guess the next question I would personally like to know is that being benevolent?
I mean, that depends. That's kind of a question I don't know that you can get a yes or no from.
It is subjective. Most creatures think they are benevolent, even if they are not.
Benevolent
Persons.
me, I guess if we get more pointed, benevolent to my ideals.
Benevolent to your ideals might not be the ideals that are benevolent all the way around, though.
True.
I guess you'd have to be very, very specific. And are you, maybe not benevolent, maybe just, are you aligned with my ideals? Or will you help me achieve my ideals?
Out of character, asking for an alignment check.
Yeah.
It's like, chaotic evil. I'm like, great, I could work with that.
Especially if it is some sort of deity of some sort, they can be malleable through no fault of their own. The belief in them is what drives them. And if you have too many followers who are not good people, then bad things can happen even to deities.
True.
Also, Professor, you're using this spell out of a scroll, correct?
Yes.
So once you cast it, you won't have access to the spell again. Are we sure that we want to make use of it now?
Joe, since I can't actually cast it yet, do I know that I actually have the other void spell in my spell list? Like, I know it. I can cast it once I'm strong enough.
Give me an insight check.
Insight check. On it. Use inspiration.
Yeah.
On a 14, I think you feel. So that other spell that you did cast
18.
on an 18, I think you feel that that other spell that you did cast from the scroll was also at a level that is higher than you normally have access to. But you know, and you would know just without any check needed. Finding a spell scroll, you can cast from a spell scroll, even if it is a higher level than you normally have access to. You just make a spell casting check with your ability modifier.
Let me copy the scroll.
Yeah. So Reverie does chime in with that, but I will say too, Professor, that on that insight check, the previous spell that you cast from the spell that was also a higher level than what you normally can, you feel like when you naturally come into your power where you can cast spells of that level, that it is not lost knowledge to you.
Does that be
Like
a
you
wizard
absorbed it.
spell for me?
Yes. Technically, these void spells, and I think you would have this in this kind of insight by now. Technically, these void spells can be cast by anyone who has access to any kind of spell casting. It is not limited to any class or subclass.
Good to know.
It's outside the realms of the magic of the weave.
So he will pass on that based on the previous spell from the scroll. These void scrolls work a little bit different than regular spell scrolls in that once you cast them, they sort of imprint themselves on you. So that once you're able to cast them, once I'm able to cast spells at the appropriate level, that I will gain access to it again. But also, Reverie can copy it.
Well, if Reverie copies it too, then maybe the rest of us can cast it as well.
He nods. Just he looks to Reverie with concern on his face. Reverie hasn't gotten any corruption yet, right?
She has one level.
One level. Okay. Just be warned that it's entirely possible that if you put enough concentration to copy this into another scroll, that it may touch you in a way that corrupts you
With
further.
its mushroom.
Definitely episode 69.
It'll touch you in all the dark places of your mind.
Ew, it's wet.
He
Right.
touched me with doodly appendage.
Jesus.
Ren here is fully capable of reversing it. But as long as you're prepared mentally that it may impart a corruption on you just by simply copying it. You can proceed as you see fit.
So I will say, at this point it is 11 o'clock, so we can pause here and pick up during the live session this Saturday with what you want to do with this casting.
Yeah, he's not suggesting casting it right now because
okay.
at the very least he wants Ren to get a long rest, so he has his spell slots available to clear any sort of corruptions as needed.
Okay.
Emergency corruption clearing.
While Reverie is copying down the spell, can I watch her do that and see if I can memorize the spell?
I think because you can watch her do it. As far as memorizing it goes, it's kind of hard to do because it is a higher level than what you can cast at.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you would probably have to cast it like you could probably watch her do it, and maybe it doesn't quite make sense unless you actually cast it yourself.
Would I be able to to know it enough to try to cast it myself?
I mean, you'd be able to read right from the spell scroll to do it.
Okay.
Like I said, these spell scrolls that you found, everybody can read them.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I say we address it on Saturday.
Oh
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so Saturday, our live session.
Saturday.
I'm gonna change. Oh, I'm gonna change the date over, because you guys will get a long rest eventually here.
Yay.
Nice.
Um, speaking of which, I'm thinking we'll do just a proper regular old double session. We'll run from like 1 to 7. Does that sound okay?
Sounds perfect.
Good.
Fine with me.
So if people want to start showing up between noon and 1 o'clock, whoever's going to be here in person, feel free to do so. Our doors will be open.
Yeah.
We'll have drinks and food and snacks, and feel free to bring whatever else you like.
Drinks and food and ghosts?
Huh?
Drinks and food and
Yeah.
ghosts.
Yes.
For the sake of planning, should we try to commit to where in Averil we're going to head to next?
I have a few places that are prepared. Um, if you, yeah, I would say you don't have to commit, but if you want to discuss a few places that you would like to go to make sure that I do have them ready for you, it should be fine. But I think I'm mostly ready for wherever you guys are coming up against next.
I mean, I
Ready
think
for
honestly,
bullshit.
our biggest things right now are Tremonto, and I know Jade and Professor want to know what's on the other side of that other bead. Jade is pretty convinced, based on the evidence we've seen so far, that it's going to the Sentinel Citadel, and that's where we can take the teleportation circle piece and get the astral piece, and then still come back to Elgrogh before we sail away. So that's her biggest push right now from Jade.
I know.
But then Tremonto for Marcus. And now we have Trelam Tarim, where Rufus might be hiding out, and we also have some other reasons to go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nariko's first vote is for Tremonto, and then second would be Talantarin.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we could ask the Void where this other spell bead leads.
I don't think we could do that as a yes or no question, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could
So
say like, does it
Damn,
lead to?
that's right. Just yes or no.
Does it lead to somewhere cool? Yes.
yes.
Very
Great.
cool.
So yeah. So the way this commune spell works, it is basically just the regular commune spell. I just kind of altered it so that it fits with being able to ask the void questions. But it is basically just a straight up commune spell where you get a yes or no answer, or a short phrase. If just yes or no won't quite cut it, there is also an unclear option if you ask it a question that it doesn't know the answer to because it is not completely omniscient.
So I just hang out sometimes.
Some magic 8-ball bullshit right there.
Yeah, but
pretty
you'll
much.
know what you ask it when it answers is the truth.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty big.
That's good to know.
Or at least I guess the truth as it knows it.
Have we decided on questions, or are we still deciding?
Still deciding.
Kind of up in the air still.
Yeah.
I think we have 2 good ones and then one, but like still trying to figure out if there's any better ones to use.
What are the questions we have so far? And we have 3 questions total, right?
3 questions in total.
Yeah. So is the void a place where there are other things that live in there? Word that any which way we want. And I think is the Jeffrey that I spoke with in my dream actually another being that I was actually speaking to?
Asgard isn't a place; it's a people. Yeah, so we can, if you want, we can uh, formulate that at the next session, or if you guys want to utilize chat options, also open to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Woo!
we can chitty chat about it and like figure out how we want to word them.
I will
Yeah,
be as prepared as I can be either way.
that's fair.
To
We're kind of
do.
crazy.
You guys weren't prepared for tonight.
I
It was
Yeah,
was
no.
great.
not. I was absolutely not prepared for tonight.
The funny thing is, I had 0 notes for tonight, but I did have some I had some thoughts in mind as to what would happen depending on a couple different ways that it could have gone. I was just gonna let it roll tonight. I was rolling with
It went well.
But great. Every once in a while, you need a session where Yuki gets a proposal.
What, that's gonna
You're
become a
welcome.
regular thing every once in a while? Let's go.
All right, I won't say 0
He's gonna
notes. I
be
had some
down.
talking points, but other than
That sounds like me on a normal day of teaching.
that, I had my one PowerPoint slide.
I had a vague idea of what I was doing.
Love it.
So
Um,
fun.
nominations for inspirations tonight. What are we thinking?
Yuki?
Yuki. And then Yuki. And then Nariko for that nat 20. But then also Yuki.
Yeah, Narco for sure. For
Nariko had to use her inspiration for that bullshit. Nariko and Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I agree with both of those. Jade also had a one-liner, which I can't remember for the life of me now. That was really good.
There were a lot of them.
There were a lot of them tonight.
Yeah. Sausage
There's a lot of bullshit
69.
tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Session 69. That's what you get when you get to session 69. Woo!
Fiancés for everyone.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh yes.
Right now, I just have a special friend, so.
So now I have to come up with love interest NPCs for Reverie. For Ren.
No, thank you. Please send it back.
Let's get Professor into a love
Apple farmer.
triangle.
Ren loves an apple farmer.
If I came up with an NPC that is a centaur apple picker.
Ooh.
Druid, for sure.
Ren's still pretty sure he has to die at the end of this campaign. Still not gonna work. Good try, though.
You don't
It's
know
okay.
for sure.
That person also has to.
Wow.
You can
Yeah,
die
man, you
together
went dark.
and go to the afterlife together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ren
not,
is one
We gotta
person who
pull this
definitely
poor
knows death
innocent
is not
druid
the
in this
end.
bullshit.
so not
The
only
professor will ferry both of them over in a gondola singing songs of love and
Of apples.
sweating.
so not only do you make them fall in love with you, you also doom them to their death.
Yeah. You can't escape me
That's a
that
problem.
easily.
When did Lorelai get brought into this?
Ooh, that's bullshit.
Mm.
Look. People know.
Yeah, we know. That's why we say it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault you guys aren't following her plan. And require
Okay.
some bullshit to
Her
lead you.
plans are to begin with.
Her plans always work. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we make them work, but that ain't the way they start.
Yeah, Yuki's plans work great
Yeah.
too.
I like Yuki's
Yeah,
plan.
if Yuki's plan was to end in a
Okay.
bar fight, it works great. Look, Lorelai's plans just end with everybody else that's against me dead, and that's
Yep.
a
Not
really
wrong.
great plan.
Yeah.
That plan
Well,
always works.
There's
Jade's
a
plan
Lucky
is
a
to
few
make
times.
friends with everyone, and it worked this time, and she's so excited
It
about it.
worked this time.
It's good.
She made friends.
Well,
She's friends with the whole town now.
yes.
Mhm.
I had to shoot one person.
Shoot at one person.
She just eye patch. She's fine.
Oh, we lost Mars.
Jen.
No.
Nope, we lost
I'm
Jenna.
still here.
Mars is there.
We lost Jenna.
Oh, we lost Jenna.
I know.
Well,
we
she's
let
in your
this
house. You should
train
be able to
mark
find her.
all the difference.
She's back.
She's back.
Hey, Jenna.
Welcome
She's
back.
muted.
You're muted.
Good. Keep yelling. You're muted. It's great.
Quiet. It shut down.
I didn't do it. Is
I don't
it
believe
low
you.
on battery? Mine's low on battery.
Nope. Everything is plugged in.
Mine's about to die. So I'm
is
gonna take off. You guys
Lame.
have a wonderful night. Yeah,
Have a good
You'll get
night.
over it. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Good
Lame.
night.
Bye. Are we planning to take any sort of break during the live session for like lunches and stuff?
Yeah, we can take a break. Yeah.
I will have to eat at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we're planning to do pretzels and wings again.
I ordered the little mini bunt cakes today.
Yay.
I got a good combination of them, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll probably go
Crunchy.
pick up the wings around noon, I think. That way we're back in time for the game.
I see a Rosie. No, I don't.
She's hanging out.
Yes, she is.
Ben, are you
Being
finally home
sweetie.
now?
I am home.
Yay!
Good.
I am home. I am showered. I am exhausted.
You're home.
Oh, honey.
Well, get some rest.
Mm-hmm.